The following is only intended for mature audiences. This program contains strong language, controversial opinions about controversial people, outrageous guests, and true villainy. If you cannot handle these things, then respectfully, you are a bitch. And this probably isn't the show for you. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the Supervillain Show. I am your host,
Sorry.
Nah, you're whack.
She said she was parched.
I did.
Nah, you're whack for that.
Nah, that was crazy. That was really crazy because I said who's ready, right? And this, now you got to cough.
Keep that in there. Keep it in there.
Hold on.
Crazy.
I did very much say I was
You
parched
did.
up.
Keep that. I guess that was me.
You couldn't have
It's like that
moved,
when that
though.
nigga is easy like burps in the song. It's like keep that in there for natural effect.
You couldn't have moved though. Like
When I said I
your
tried,
elbow
but I was
and
like,
nothing?
it's just too late.
All right, everybody good now? No one needs to sneeze or anything?
I'm straight.
All right. Welcome back to the Supervillain Show. I'm your host, Injustice, your local supervillain. Thank y'all for tuning back in. We back. The set is a little different today, yo. I'm liking this vibe, honestly. I might do this from now on. No, actually, no, because this is a lot of work. But what's good, Hova?
Hello, Hova.
So today we got a lot to talk about. What's up? Okay, we got a lot to talk about on the pod today. We got a lot of topics that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And I wanted to bring on people who not only whose music knowledge and taste I respect, but some good friends of mine.
A key honor.
Yeah. Them niggas could not make it. So instead, I
knew that was coming.
I had to settle for these niggas.
I knew that was coming.
Truly, this was last minute.
Now, you know what?
I was not ready for that at all.
I knew it was coming.
I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
Queen.
I don't want to go first.
All right.
Yeah, it's Yungwolf. You know the vibes. We here. Promotion director here, Brave New Radio. Friday 7 to 9, the pregame with Hova. You know what it is.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited to be here.
Queen. Oh. Hello.
It's in a linear order.
Hello there. My name is Sir Vont Leak. You can listen to my format. No, I'm kidding.
That's crazy. We started the format.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
What's good,
chill
y'all? Vont Leak, award-winning program director of the award-winning Brave New Radio, award-winning co-host with my brother Justice of the award-winning Morning Commute, Mondays 7 to 9 a.m. I'm a Leo. It's like, no. Yeah, that's me.
What is up, though, kings and queens? It's your girl, DJ Rissa B. I am the news director here at Brave New Radio. I am also an award-winning social media director.
Talk about it.
And I dabble in some other things. You know, your local hood therapist. Wait for the podcast coming soon. And yeah, that's who I am.
We got a full cast today, y'all. This is a BNR takeover here on the Supervillain Show.
Very much so.
Y'all see the banner in the back. Y'all see the banner in the back.
You know
Word.
the vibes.
You know the vibes.
You
What's
know
happening?
the voice.
I think
Talk about it.
I didn't really this wasn't intentional, but like this background is kind of like perfect, honestly.
Very much
Shout out
so.
to Vont Leak.
Shout out to Vont Leak for I guess.
That self-credit was nasty. I'm not going to lie.
Was it just you painting?
Right.
Well, actually, I didn't paint this wall. I just
I'm sure did it.
I hung the
That's why I was
stuff
like,
up.
that's
Okay,
really-
I hung the
okay.
stuff up.
Okay, word.
But I mean, yeah, you can shout out. Yeah, it was me, Maura, Johan, Isabel.
Yeah,
There
shout
you
out to
go.
all of them.
Yeah,
I was here.
And Marissa.
I supervised.
I supervised.
stabilized.
That means she showed up.
I did just show up.
She
Oh,
pulled
man.
up.
I mixed paint. That was,
Yeah, indeed.
Y'all did
That's
do
important.
it during my show hours, so I was.
You were
Nick-
also
Nick
present.
was in the
okay?
studio.
Honestly,
so,
yeah.
Was it pregame?
I was there. Yeah, it was the pregame.
Yeah.
Word.
He was in the stew.
Yeah, most
Mhm,
definitely.
mhm.
Heard it. How y'all living? How's y'all mental health?
This is not sweet and sour.
I can't ask a
You give a
question. I
damn
can't ask a
about
question.
mental
Actually,
health.
matter of fact, nah. Fuck your mental health. How's
You
your
don't give
mental
a
health?
damn.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah. Me, man, I'm taking it day by day. I woke up this morning. Wow.
Okay,
Are we
we're back.
restarting?
Yeah. We're back. I'm never asking a nigga about their mental health again.
I was in the middle of it.
I was
very
ready to
not-
unpack.
That was a crazy question. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not on brand for me. I was trying something different.
Yeah,
so.
that was wild.
Yeah, truly, that was the sign for it not to.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, what are you doing?
I was like, yo, come on.
Run it back.
Nah, but I didn't want to just jump right in, but fuck it, we're gonna jump right in.
Okay.
Best way to do it.
Brave New Radio, Jersey's home for alt hip hop.
Do it again.
Honestly, there's really no other radio stations, college or otherwise, playing the shit we play.
Talk about it.
Indeed.
I think we should be proud of that. Vont, you are the award-winning program director here.
Mhm.
I wanted to have Joe on here too to kind of talk about this.
He's babysitting his brother.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's on the block.
Babysitting the block.
Yeah, exactly.
Babysitting the block is
Exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. To start it off, why don't you talk about a little bit what made you decide to rebrand BNR as Jersey's home for all hip hop?
Simple. It was trash. No, Nah,
Shots
bro.
fired at
No. I around like this time last year, maybe a little earlier, like March. I took over as PD in COVID, and I had no idea how to be a PD or a program director, or what that meant, or what like my responsibilities were. And then I slowly started to learn that like my job was to make sure that everything on air sounded cohesive, like the automation, but also the personalities and stuff like that. And so it was truly like, I think IBS conferences that other than the fact that I wasn't really like, as coming in here just as like a format on air person, I didn't really mess with the music here. I think across the board, the four of us can say that.
Yes. Yeah.
Not so much, well, yes, but you never did format, but you still were just like here for the vibes.
Yeah.
But so I think I finally learned like what I could do, the power I had as PD in like March. And then I always love telling this story. It's one of me and Johan's favorite stories. It was one time I was grocery shopping. I was listening to BNR, and Leave the Door Open came on, and Leave the Door Open ended, and then Barbie Girl was the next song that played. And so I was like, this is a dead ass story. People think I make this up. Like, no, it was a dead ass.
And no one played Barbie Girl. It just came on.
Yeah, it was like automation. So that means like it was in like the rotation from like past people, and then like Leave the Door Open. So like, and I had music directors, but like I never thought of like, let's go like look at the past inventory and like wipe that shit, and then So I was like, all right, what we finna do? And at the time we were playing indie rock, indie pop. Me and Johan had just like phased out punk. We did like, it was like the very slightest bit of like alt hip hop. And I was like, what can we do to be different? What can we capitalize on? And then I was learning about like, consistency in radio, one genre. So I was like, fuck all this extra stuff. We're going to do one thing. And partly because I'm black, but also just because it worked, I was like, let's just go straight like alt hip hop. And then like, I remember like talking to you about it, and you were like kind of in the music department, but you was like, eh. Yeah. Just because like the music department was like you and Johan. Like kind of Lana. Like Lana was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out because it was COVID. So it was like, eh. So then like I spent the summer like talking to you, Justice, and you, Johan, and Lana, and like I was like, let's figure out what the vibe is gonna be. I remember the first song that I was like, this is the vibe I want to go for. It was 222 Kyle Lux. And then from there, like we spent like nights just going on and on and on trying to figure out what type of music we wanted to do. We started like the old stuff. Like we started picking like Tribe Called Quest, Fugees, The Roots, Missy Elliott, stuff like that. And then like the newer stuff, obviously like power players like Tyler, Duckworth, Brockhampton, like all of that stuff. And then it just kind of, took a life of its own. And I'm glad, like I think now we have an established ass sound. Because like even where we started it, like we started it officially in August.
We're pulling out our ass. For
yeah,
sure.
we were pulling it out of our ass like a motherfucker. And it was weird because the purpose was to be unlike anybody else, because nobody else in college radio is doing alt hip hop. A lot of people ask me what is alt hip hop, which I love because we kind of defined it.
That's what I want to talk about today too. But yeah,
sorry, yeah, I went off on a tangent. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's cool. I think we all joined the station at different times. I think we can all agree. The music here, at least, it wasn't it. And
right, respectfully,
now the station is very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
There's all types of races and stuff here at the station.
Race, class, creed.
It wasn't always like this. Especially when I joined, it was heavily Caucasian. Mm-hmm. So I definitely started.
Same.
Yeah. Marissa remember. Yeah,
a lot of salt, not a lot of pepper.
Nick, you remember a little bit too, right?
A little bit. I never pulled up to the station like that. Though,
exactly.
So like,
I would pull up just to do my old podcast. So it's crazy to see the difference between back then and then now, man. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. I think that that was one of the things that went into it. I knew who I wanted here, respectfully. I didn't want any of the whites. No. And I knew that I knew because you and I became friends, funny enough, because we were in a group of people and you and I were the only two black people.
Yeah.
And then like there was like at the time there was like Art, who's black. There was Samori.
Mhm.
It was like maybe like we could name
There was
all
a
the black
handful.
people. Yeah, there was a
we
handful.
always used to sit here. Johan too. We used to say this music is not it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the Marissas and the Nicks and like the can't even they like black people started joining the
all the
station.
blacks.
Yeah.
All the blacks.
The blacks
Yeah.
and the Hispanics started joining, and I was like, how can we make this enjoyable for us as like people in positions of power of the music, but then also for the people like in the station, because part of obviously being on the radio, for those I guess who don't know, is like selling that music and sharing like, oh, this is like this vibe and it makes me feel like this way, and like that wasn't very much reciprocated, or not reciprocated, like going around the station.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think as one of the few black women at BNR,
The only
I think it's
there's
important.
one spot we hold every year.
Damn,
Yes,
that
we
is,
do have, we have
you are the
tryouts.
only.
Yeah.
I am in fact the only black
It was there's only one. It was Angie, then it was Z, and then Z left, and it was Marissa.
woman.
That's crazy.
We have like pre-congressional meetings and we kind of tag in and tag out.
And they passed it
I'm
down.
currently selecting my
Replacement.
Your air.
my replacement.
The air.
Is that a position here?
It is.
To apply to?
Yeah, it's like an underground one. There's like an application on
She's
like,
been
on the
recruited
underground
already.
Slack. Yeah,
She's
I
been
heard.
recruited.
I was speaking to her privately on her duties.
Mhm.
But I just I think it's important with the music change, right? Because for me, I mean, I came in and it was personally, I came in a little bit before Nick, I think.
Yeah.
And when I came in, it was very white.
Mhm.
And then past that, when I came in again, because unfortunately COVID hit, it was still pretty white and also less people.
Mhm.
So I wasn't even seeing the black people that I think did end up joining. So I didn't see Nick
No.
throughout whole COVID, and I barely saw Justice and Vont. But the music change was crucial because I think for comfortability, when we came back, like full stock, everybody, full team, like our
Yeah.
staff growing, I was like, okay, as a black woman, it's important for me to be able to like the music because the environment itself was already somewhat, a little uncomfortable, to be honest. So I think the music change was vital because for me, I'm like, all right, well, if I can't really get down with this environment of like a mostly white staff, I at least can get on air and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that I don't like white people.
Yeah, I just
And-
want to be clear.
And I listen to all types of music. I listen to rock sometimes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
What about K-pop?
No,
As
definitely not
a-
K-pop.
As a
but-
country music stan.
Yeah, you listen to country music.
I was gonna say,
That's
I
a
always,
cardinal sin in the black
Fire for
community.
that.
I always make the joke, like when people are like, I listen to every genre of music. I'm like, no. I listen to every genre
Alright.
of music.
Yo, Brody, doing
Sorry.
There's nothing that like I don't listen to.
listen.
So like between country,
What's the- say it
hold on,
again?
hold on. Would you just grab from down there that you have it on your hand?
my ring.
Oh.
I'm putting lotion on, but I took my ring off. And it was
Okay.
rubbing up against the mic.
Took
Sorry.
it off. No. No. Marissa, say what you were gonna say again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to stop.
I was trying to do this in peace. You say, I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
I forgot what I was even talking about.
You said it's crucial as a black woman.
Oh, you we passed that.
Okay, we passed.
He said it's
Okay.
crucial.
Oh,
Okay.
music.
Yeah,
music.
music.
Yeah, I'm saying the
I was
music,
gonna say
comfortability.
to tap in. People always are like, oh, I listen to every genre of music. I will say I always correct them because I'm like, no, I listen to every genre of music.
Mhm.
Like, I
Mhm.
feel like if you're not willing to give like screamo, metallic, and like country,
EDM,
I feel
yeah.
like respectfully, you can't say all. You could say like you respect music, but like I genuinely listen to all types
I'm
of
heavy
music.
on that, yo, because I'm like a big music nerd. So like, even when I'm out with like a girl and I'm like, what kind of music do you listen to? She's like, oh, I listen to everything. No, you don't. Because if I put on some MF Doom, you're gonna leave the car.
That's what I'm saying,
or
like-
Never play Doom. That's
yeah, you
crazy.
never play MF
When I meet
Doom in
people
front of
and
the
they're
shop.
like, I
Doom
listen
is
to all type of
crazy.
music, I swear to God, I will always torture them in my car. I'm like,
Mhm.
we're gonna see, because I have like everything on my phone. So if I hit shuffle, because like Apple just be playing whatever, and you like be like, oh, I don't like that song or I don't like that genre, then I have my answer.
You think you listen to everything too? You hear some weird shit.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm not
I mean,
gonna, and I'm sure there's still genres that I haven't like tapped into. I
Yeah.
mean, like so far, I think I'm on a pretty good streak. I mean, obviously, there's some that aren't my favorite, but I do think I genuinely have most of them.
Related but unrelated. Am I the only non-Apple Music head here?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Apple, I'm
for
Apple
sure.
Music.
I'm Apple.
For sure.
I'm Apple Music.
I'm built different.
You're Spotify?
Yeah.
I'm only Apple Music because keep it a bean. My mind's the family plan, so I'm not.
I was
switching
about to say the
with
same thing.
that.
I was
But
about to say the same.
Yeah, I was
when
gonna say respectfully.
My dad
Yeah.
has a
It's
family
just
plan.
convenient for me.
if I switch, I'll probably go to Tidal.
Because you built different.
It's black owned. Wait, is Jay-Z still own it, or did he
No.
sell it?
He sold
He
it to
sold
Sprint.
it.
didn't
Oh
he?
no, fuck! it. I'll go to
I
Spotify.
was
then.
like, he
I'll go to
He
Spotify.
sold it, bro. You
Because-
might as well just go to Spotify.
Yeah, I'm going to Spotify then because
Oh.
yeah, fuck Tidal.
Yeah, I
Because
was like, huh?
because Spotify, I heard Spotify is the best for like finding new artists anyway.
Yes.
I was gonna
'Cause,
say,
like they have
That's what it
playlists and
is.
stuff.
Spotify, I think anytime I've like gone on there to just like run some random music to kind of like get some samples of things I haven't heard of, it's a phenomenal application. But as someone who kind of like just I Shazam a lot of music too when I'm out. If I don't know something, so my Apple Music pretty much has what I wanted anyway. I mean, they have the browse feature, so you can do a browse, you can do a radio.
Yeah,
I will keep it a stack though. Like I don't even know if I should be saying this because like we do radio and I love music and I love listening to new music, but I'm getting to the age or the point where I'm kind of like I like what I like, and I'm not really checking for like if I hear something new in my time and I like it, I cool. But I'm not really like in the depths, really looking for like new stuff like that anymore.
But I think that's interesting.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say I think out of like the four, I think you, Justice, and Vont, you guys are more into like looking for new music. I think especially Justice is like constantly up to date on what the latest stuff is dropping. I would say I definitely align with Nick. Personally, I'm definitely at the point where I'm not really looking for new shit. Like if it comes to me, it comes to me. Exactly. Like when you guys suggest songs, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to it. But I'm not like really at the point anymore where I'm like shuffling for random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's interesting because like we also I mentioned earlier, like it took us a minute to figure out what the vibe of the station was. Like I knew what I wanted it to be, but like even still, I would not say what we're playing now was what we were playing in like October.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
It still works, and it's because we have, and I will fight anybody who says otherwise, like an immaculate like group of people who not only care about what the station sounds like, but like are open to listening to different stuff and knowing that like what like
that's true.
Having an open ear to new shit.
I'm not gonna lie, the music department here, y'all got the money.
Like elite, bro. I'm telling you.
Y'all like I would literally stand and fight that with anybody. Like the music department here is very much goated.
Most definitely.
For sure. For me, honestly, I think it's kind of sad because like when I was like younger, like 2013, 2012, 2011, like when I used to find new music, I was way more impressed. Like now I'm tapped into newer artists, but it's really hard for me to get like impressed by something. Just because for one, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm older, but I think that nowadays you need more than to just have bars or to just have a good flow.
I agree.
Just because I think I'm at the point now where I've heard everything.
I was gonna say, there's like a study that shows like once you find your like, I think it's like your top 3 favorite artists that you like rotate all the time, it's really difficult to integrate new music.
Am I an old head now? What the fuck?
No, like seriously, because they say like once you like when you're like younger, right? Like you kind of like artists, but like you don't necessarily like lock in artists. Like you're still listening to stuff. You're still kind of like your friends are putting you on, but then like once you kind of get your like your 3, the people that you like, you'd go to a concert to, you pay any money to see. They're like at that point. You have like a standard set, so it's difficult to integrate new people.
It's just sad because like a couple years ago, like when I first heard acid rap or when I first heard like the first time I heard Future or the first time I heard Travis Scott, I haven't felt like that in a while. Listening to a new artist at least.
I agree.
So not to say these new artists are bad. It's just it just hasn't happened.
You know what it is though, and it's not to slate any new artists, but like. The same way that our parents probably weren't impressed by like 50 and like certain people like Jay. Even my dad was like, oh, like when I heard Jay, it was like it was cool, but like I heard Big Daddy Kane already. Like I don't. So like these guys that we're listening to now, the newer people, we already heard Travis. So these like,
but I also don't think
Tolliver is not as fire.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like
I don't think we're their demographic though, for real.
That's what I'm saying. The kids now growing up, they're gonna hear Don Tolliver, not having heard like new like. Rodeo and stuff and be like, oh, this is what it is.
But at the same time, like the artists, our favorite artists, the versions that they're getting now aren't even the peak. You know what I mean? So like, as a Childish Gambino fan, like, well, no, I'm gonna say Chance because Chance is more like what I go hard for. Chance now, as we all know, is not the same acid rap Chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still listen to him because I feel like Chance is growing up with me in a way. Respectfully, I think I've listened to acid rap Chance when I was like. In that period of time, and now I'm literally growing older, and like Chance is also becoming more mature with me.
Yeah.
But like people who are listening to Chance now, obviously gonna think he's whack. And don't get me wrong, like
he is.
It's never.
But is that the problem though? Are people judging? Like why don't people understand that artists and groups and shit grow?
Because realistically though, you're comparing people to where they should be at right now musically. It doesn't really matter where you're growing, right? Because like you're not competing on the same level as people who are producing amazing albums currently. Like, yeah, I think I personally would ride for Chance. I think he's making amazing music. But he's making amazing music for people like me.
No, you don't.
I do.
Hot Shower? Hot Shower's fire?
I think the
Hot
I
damn
think-
hot water.
I got
hot
muscles
shower.
like Superman's trainer.
Nah, hear me out though. I think the
That's
issue
fire.
is like at some point in your career, respectfully, I think once you make enough money, I think you have some throwaways.
So it's trash.
I don't think any
For
of us
sure.
like to hear that, but it's the truth. You have somewhere you're literally just collabing with people because you want to.
So Chance
you're
is
just-
not making good music.
But I still think Chance makes good music. That hot shower was trash. I'm not gonna
I
cap.
think that album was trash.
Hot garbage.
I think it's really hard once you get to a certain place and then you drop something that is like
Is
way
that-
lower than someone's
I think-
expectations.
Is that Coloring Book or is that The Big Day?
the big
Big
day?
Day.
But the issue with the
I
Big
like
Day
Coloring
is
Book.
I think
Nah, Coloring Book
Chance
was fire.
Chance got too much heat from Coloring Book being like a gospel album, honestly.
It was fire.
So then
though.
he was trying to imitate acid rap. Because if
You
you're
think so?
on that album, you could tell he's just trying to do that like switchy flow and like him kind of being like out of it, but like you're not out of it, bro. We know you now.
Niggas say the new
For
the
real.
Big Day is like a Disney Channel
It
soundtrack.
is. No,
no,
it
like
is.
the
It's
Big
so
Day to
bad.
me was just like it's like what acid rap and what 10 Day like were, but like him trying to recreate that feeling, but you can't go back and recreate
That's
those
like-
replicate it.
things.
Right.
That felt like watching like Muhammad Ali get knocked out at like
Yeah.
80 years old. Like
I'm
you
not
mean
gonna
like
say that album was like Chance's finest work.
It's
I
his
think-
worst.
it's bad.
It's worse.
Like he's not good anymore.
But again,
yeah.
I think that album is like the songs he's releasing as singles, respectfully,
Yeah.
recently. I think he's been on the money.
Child
I'm
of
not
God
gonna-
is good.
I'm
Child
not
of
gonna,
God is
yeah,
good.
I'm
Heart
not
and
gonna
Tongue.
pretend
Like,
like
good.
the Big Day was a good album. I mean, like I said, I do think that at some point you get a throwaway album, respectfully, when you get to a certain price bracket.
And
Everyone has a throwaway album, no matter who it is.
I think everyone has an album. where
Only
they
niggas
just-
like Michael Jackson don't have throwaway albums.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Name one.
Does.
He doesn't.
The
Yeah.
one
It's sad to say.
right before, his tragic
Oh,
ending.
actually, no. That's a good point. Yeah, but yeah.
He
Well,
was just
sometimes it's
old.
when you get to a certain age. But yeah,
But-
That's what
everyone
I'm
has
saying. I
throwaway
think
albums.
everyone
Where's
has an
Ye's
album
throwaway?
where you're just
What's Ye's
collabing
throwaway?
people.
Yay.
Yay?
Yeah.
Nah, because that's
I
still
agree.
And
hot.
Jesus is King.
I
Yeah, I think he has two.
Oh, Jesus King maybe.
Y'all know I'm not personally fucking with Donda, but
Donda's
that's just
great.
me.
I think
Donda's not a
that's good.
That's just
throwaway.
me.
I
But
think that was
okay,
good.
but wait. What year did Ye come out?
2018? No, 20. It was 2018 or
18,
2019.
19.
When did College Dropout come out?
College Dropout was 2004.
It took 14 years for
For sure.
Kanye to drop
Nah,
a
for sure,
throwaway
for sure.
album.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
But like,
you don't get
Yeah,
a
yeah, I see what you're saying.
mixtape, a debut album, and then a throwaway.
No,
Like,
no,
you don't
I-
get that. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I
gotta
don't think
put a
it's too
little more
late.
pain.
I talked about this in my last pod. I don't think it's too late for Chance. I just think niggas put him on that pedestal too early, and they got disappointed. It happens sometimes. It happened with Roddy Ricch. He just put out an album, and it was his sophomore album, and it was just kind of disappointing. And people are shitting on him now. People shitting on Roddy Ricch.
I'm gonna be
People
honest.
shitting on Roddy
I'm gonna
Ricch.
be honest. I think Roddy should have dropped that one album and then started making.
Yeah, I was
movies
gonna
or
say, to
something.
be honest, he never struck me as somebody that was gonna last long.
Nobody
But
was
a lot of people put him. I've heard a lot of people say Roddy Ricch is going to run the game for the next 10 years.
who.
Yeah,
But my
they
thing
were
is,
tweaking.
nobody was checking for a Roddy Ricch album.
A lot
I'm
of people
gonna
were.
say,
A lot of people were.
Were they?
I
Where?
I did hear a lot of
Who?
people were like, oh, he's gonna drop,
A
he's
lot
gonna
of
drop,
people.
he's gonna drop. But I just feel like again, like
Who are these people?
but see, I think
Where
this
y'all
comes
be
back
at?
to like people like once you get to that pedestal, right? Like respectfully, after he had acid rap, like the people who liked him loved him.
Mhm.
And then after he had Coloring Book, it was kind of like, his core acid group fans weren't really messing with him because they were just kind of like this is a Christian album. You talking about Jesus a little too heavily in this for me. So he got, cut a lot of heat. I think once you try to replicate something, you're going to do terrible. But I think Roddy, respectfully from that album, also was trying to like give the people what they liked the first time, right? Like respectfully, this is a hot take. I don't like the second Pop Smoke album.
The one before he died?
Yeah.
I disagree.
And
I
Wait,
disagree
wait,
too.
wait,
I
wait.
will argue
The one
that I think it's the same concept of like
The
trying to
one-
repeat a sound.
Wait, the one right after he
Hold
died.
on.
I think that was amazing.
Wait, the one right after he died. You're saying you didn't like
that
Didn't
was
like-
amazing.
the one where like what you know about love and
Nah, yeah,
Stop
that's
it. Stop it.
That is a hot take.
stop it.
That is
It's
a hot take. But no, everyone, everyone's
Yeah,
held
but
to their opinion.
Eminem's
That's a
all
hot
I
take.
don't think
but
it gave me the same feeling as when I listened to the
I
first
think it's
album.
also because we were in COVID. I said this also on my last
Okay.
pod. I think
Let me hear.
I think if we were outside, I think
Pulling
that
up
would have
track
been
list.
like Get Rich or Die Trying level, because that's the type of album you need to be outside. That's why like Fabio Foreign,
Well, this
his album
album?
he just dropped. Yeah,
No, you're
Marissa.
not.
I didn't like it.
Marissa.
Mood swings.
It's
What
'cause
you know
we're-
about love?
it's 'cause we're in the
Something
house.
special?
The woo.
Something special?
It didn't do it for me.
It's hard to
Like,
resonate.
Got
with
it on
that.
me?
It's
The
hard to
way-
resonate that when you're in the crib.
When I heard, and you know what, Justice might have a point because truly I wasn't in the house. So
Nah,
what am I bumping this to?
Dior.
But respect.
Yeah.
No.
No, Dior's not that album.
Dior's not that album.
It shouldn't be. Or maybe they did put it
No.
as a single
They
at the end.
just put it on there.
Yeah,
Oh,
they might
I
have
was gonna say, but Dior.
know how
I'm
That's
like
why I
gonna
went
say
platinum like the first
no,
day.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
they
no.
do that.
Dior's like to
But-
me like the first album.
But like
Dior,
nah,
Welcome
you're
to the
right.
Party. I did not have the same. When I heard Welcome to the Party and Dior,
Yo,
like you could not get that off of my my playlist.
I
like,
gotta-
my rotation. Like that hit different.
I gotta tell
Like
this
the
story.
energy, the air, like
Mhm.
it hit different.
Every time I talk about Pop Song, I gotta tell the story. It's the first time I heard Pop. It was Welcome to the Party. So I'm hosting some party. This is like right after high school, my first like adult or like college function that I'm hosting. And it's like niggas from like New York all over at this shit. And some dude in a bulletproof vest and no shirt pulls up to me like, yo, play Welcome to the Party, Pop Smoke. And I don't really take suggestions. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah, I got you. Like, just like brushing them off.
Mhm.
2 more niggas come up, yo, welcome to the party. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Another person comes up. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, fine, I'm gonna play this song. Like, everybody asks me about the damn song. The song comes on. When I tell you, I've never seen a reaction like that at any function before or
telling you.
after. It like shut shit down. And I'm like, yo, nah, like, this is what's next. You know what I mean?
It's a shame that like as far as younger artists, a lot of younger artists like that we've seen pass away
That's
have
facts.
had that
Yeah.
effect.
That's
Even
facts.
before they died, like have you seen like X concerts? They
Yeah.
went crazy
Who's
for that,
that guy?
nigga. Juice
Yeah.
World too.
Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Another
went
one.
so it's really unfortunate, bro. Rest in peace to those three, bro.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
For real.
For real.
I-
Mac Miller.
yeah.
Yeah, I
R.I.P.
don't know.
Mac Miller.
I mean, you're right.
R.I.P.
It probably could be the circumstances in which I heard the album.
For sure. I
But
think it for sure.
That's
is.
My-
a wild
the energy
take,
and-
though.
Yeah, I mean, the energy and reaction I had was not the same.
You
though,
can't
for
be
me.
bumping Luke Combs and then tell me that that Pop
Luke
Smoke
Combs
album
consistent,
was
though.
wild.
But I digress.
Luke Combs better than Pop Smoke?
Versus?
Nah,
Bro, that's a disgusting. That's a disgusting verse.
This is crazy. This is
blasphemy.
preposterous. This is preposterous.
That's disgusting.
I cannot believe this.
I can't say better though because they're in two different.
I can say better. I have no
You don't
problem.
listen to
Can you
country
though?
though.
Yeah,
How how much Luke Combs
You
do
like
you
you
listen
like
to?
country. You like Luke Combs that much.
Whoa.
I feel like to say better, you need to
I
like them both
bump-
equally.
I like Kenny Chesney and I like Chris Stapleton.
Named?
I want you to
Whoa.
know. I want you to know, as a country head, Kenny Chesney ain't even released nothing new. No time.
Pirate
recently.
Flag? Pirate Flag by Joint.
Nigga
you
no
mean?
albums.
That's like
Pirate Flag?
Nigga no songs.
2013.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I want to move away from the country.
I know.
I don't know who these niggas are.
I just
saying.
I don't know.
You feel me? I know.
Wait,
I know.
that
I'm just
second dude
saying.
was on The Voice, right?
Who?
Chris Stapleton?
Yes,
Chris
he
Stapleton?
was.
No, he
He just
wasn't.
he just wants some
Blake
Grammys.
Shelton was on the.
Chris
Oh, okay.
Stapleton
Blake
was on
Shelton.
The Voice.
Who cares?
Chris Stapleton was on the voice?
He performed on The Voice.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about Blake Shelton.
Oh, yeah. You
I definitely was. I
Blake
definitely was.
Shelton,
Yeah, but I want to go back to something you said Vaughn, about what, during the whole process of turning this, the station, it's all hip hop. You
Mhm.
said that we were trying to come up with what the sound of the station was.
Mhm.
So I think at first, I remember during that whole process, we were trying to figure out what alt hip hop is.
Yeah.
So at this point, what do you think alt hip hop is?
I said this to you guys, and I still, try my best to have my music team stand by this. I said the stuff that we play on this radio station, I wanted to do one of two things. I wanted you to either be able to turn it on and study, like or do homework, lo-fi type shit, or for you to be able to get lit with it.
Mhm.
Like not lit, but like drink or smoke to it, and like be able to like be chill.
Yeah.
I wasn't with the heavy stuff. And I mean it's kind of hard when we have like the old school stuff that we play a lot of like old Kanye. We play a lot of like MF Doom, which isn't like heavy, but I wanted it to be I'll use a Marissa word here. It needed to be melodic.
Indubitably.
Yeah. That's why I think 222 Kyle Lux, because it's like it's niggas rapping, but it's also,
Mhm.
melody to it. Niggas being able to sing. That's why we have like I draw blanks.
Melodic niggas?
Like
I think there's a whole bunch of different type of artists we
What's
play.
that girl? Amber Mark or whatever?
yeah, Amber Mark,
Yeah, because we
Tierra
play.
Whack.
Yeah, we play like a Tierra Whack, then we play a Brockhampton, then we play a Tyler the Creator, but we also play a ZZ Gibson, Duckworth. Yeah, I think there's just different types of artists we play here. So I think it was hard to figure out what all hip hop is.
And it's definitely not narrowed down in any capacity. But I think that's also one of the good things. Like we have a consistent sound, and I think it's unique because like cornball fact. Like college radio is all about like doing things that actual radio stations aren't. You can't find another college radio station, nor can you find an actual commercial radio station playing the stuff that we do. I didn't want us to play heavy stuff because I didn't want to be a Power 105 or a Hot 97 because those are like 20 miles away. Why would you listen to that to Brave New Radio when you can listen to Power 105? What the fuck? So I wanted us to be different than what other niggas were doing. And I do think that we're still navigating that, but it's very, very defined what we play here. And you won't hear it anywhere else. Find me another station that sounds like we do.
I think it's important defining that too, just because I think that mostly like a couple years ago, but still now, I think there was a disconnect between like older people in hip hop.
For sure.
They had a hard time accepting like Migos and Lil Uzi just because they grew up when they were our age. They heard DMX and Big L and niggas like that.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this is what hip hop has turned to. I think hip hop is changing. Like, yeah, J. Cole is hip hop, but yeah, Tyler the Creator is also hip hop. So I think it is important to, I guess, make like a subgenre for alt hip hop. But I think even that is too broad because a Tyler the Creator is way different than a JPEG Mafia.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
And I think even like you could call Kendrick Lamar might be all hip hop. Drake it might be all hip hop. So like as far as like Nick and Marissa, like what do y'all think alt hip hop is?
Ladies first?
No.
No.
Damn.
Right.
We've said it twice now. She said no. So on record, we've offered.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there.
Yeah, he's like, I respect women.
Give me the transcript.
My neighbor's a woman.
Okay. I think all hip hop comes down to, for me, at least how I think of it is there was an era like the backpack rap and like the weirdo rap, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I think that's to me all hip hop, and then that point forward is like what I would consider alt hip hop. So when we talk about like when it was backpack rap, weirdo rap, that type of stuff, and everyone was kind of like shitting on it, that's like the alt hip hop that I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always consider alt hip hop more of like a not an unlikely favorites, but like people who like do rap, but they want to like kind of experiment with different sounds and different things and different vibes.
Yeah.
Because like I can't even pinpoint like particular alt hip hop artists that I've like heard first and been like, this is alt hip hop. But I feel like when I hear it, I'm like, well, this isn't regular hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I can identify that it's. I agree with Nick because I do think of more like nerd backpack and like when I was in high school, like people that like kind of like people used to shit on and be like, oh my god, why are you listening to this person? And I think now it's funny because like now it's more accepted, so people are like, oh my god, like you don't listen to Childish Gambino or you don't listen to Lupe Fiasco.
It's like a whole era. I feel like slight sidebar, but we'll get back to it. I feel like not the nerds, but like the nerds like took over like culture. Like it wasn't all of a sudden now like it's cool to read comic books and shit and like watch Star Wars.
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think that's
like
a level of acceptance though.
Like, culture shit.
I think social media is probably the cause of that.
I think it's also how you brand it, right? Because like my dad listens to The Roots, right? And that wasn't unpopular. Like, you know what I mean? People weren't tapping into listening to The Roots because it's also a different era of like how we share music, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like if you were looking for The Roots, you'd find them, but like niggas weren't like passing around.
Are The Roots all hip hop though?
I think they like.
I would give them neo soul more.
Neo soul, alt hip hop.
Like I feel like they pioneered that wave, like the neo soul,
Erykah
really Badu's, and
you know what I mean. Like that's why I think alt hip hop is a difficult kind of like term. It is very broad because I think it really like I can listen to an alt hip hop album from somebody, but they're not an alt hip hop artist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's kind of tough, but I'm gonna use The Roots as my example still, and I think. You know, him listening to The Roots, he wasn't getting like backlash. Like niggas weren't like, "Why are you listening to The Roots?" But it's like versus
crazy.
like when I was younger and I was listening to like Kid Cudi at the time. I remember people being like, "What the hell are you listening to Kid Cudi?" Versus like now it's more acceptable. I think it's also just the branding. Like it's more cool to do things over time. You know what I mean? Kind of like how old fashions and styles kind of come back, like clothes, like bell bottoms and shit, and different.
Everything comes back.
Brimless hats. Everything always gets spit back. So I think it's awkward because like I guess we are old heads. We're in a period now where like alt hip hop wasn't cool when we were younger, but now alt hip hop is the style. Like
everything finds its way back. I think 10 years from now, niggas gonna start wearing the super skinny jeans and the shutter shades, and we're gonna be looking at them like, what are you niggas doing, bro?
That will never be cool. When people were doing it, it wasn't cool.
Yo,
no, that's actually
2011.
I'll be with you. I wore shutter shades a couple times.
Nah,
A couple times I went to shutter shades, bro.
skating
I
rink?
saw Ye.
Thank you for having me on
If
the
you didn't
Supervillain.
if you didn't pop out the 3D glasses, you really wasn't that guy.
I had the 3D glasses
You
too
wasn't
with the
that girl.
popped out thing.
You was not that girl.
You had the ones that lit up too.
No,
Y'all was eccentric.
Sorry.
Nah,
I
y'all
had the
wild.
I lived in a white area.
But I never wore.
Oh
like
yeah,
the,
we had
I
the
lived in-
regular ones. You went to the 3D movie and then you just popped them out after.
I lived
you
in
wore
the
them joints.
burbs.
I never wore
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
purple skinny jeans though or anything like that.
No, none of that shit was fly. It was like
Regional.
sweats and J's and
Regional.
like snapbacks. That was
Snapbacks
like-
heavy. Snapbacks
Nah,
heavy.
snapbacks.
That was
and
snapbacks
tattoos.
heavy.
Like
Yeah,
nah.
facts.
And the Nike Elite socks. That was
Yeah.
it.
So you think around that time was the start of like all hip hop?
For me, yeah, like 2010,
Yeah.
09, like
Yeah.
childish and after.
Labeling it wise. I think
I-
that's when we started like labeling what
I think
what
that's
all
what
hip hop
hip-hop
was.
I think that's the thing with human nature. I think we have the habit of trying to label everything.
Yeah,
Um.
for sure.
So, as far as
That's true.
Wow.
So
That was a deep, like.
low key, Don
unpack that.
DeMarco. So as far
Let's
as
unpack that.
as far as all hip hop though,
Now he stole my joke. Get this man out of here.
I didn't hear you say that at all.
I
promise I
literally
didn't hear you. Sorry.
I literally just
I'm
said
not gonna lie, I didn't hear
Play,
that.
So-
Play back the tape.
I'm not saying you didn't.
I got you.
We dead didn't hear it. Credits to Marissa Banks.
So if you think it started like around that time, so who do you think are like the pioneers of alt hip hop? You'd say
Emphasis on pioneers.
you think
Gambino.
it's Childish
Let's put some
Gambino?
high emphasis on pioneers.
Pioneer
Trailblazers.
slash founder.
Yeah. So this is what,
Proprietors?
this is why I wanted to have this combo
Y'all heard him
because
say founders, right?
Yes,
just
I
wanna be
said
clear.
one of,
Okay.
one of.
we started having this combo in our group chat.
Founders.
We started having this combo in our group chat, and Nick, you said it was Childish Gambino. And
Yes.
that caused a lot of arguments. So
Indeed.
why do you
It's
think it's Gambino?
Because if you listen to the old hip hop niggas that y'all named, the Tylers, the Vince Staples, the other niggas that we play here or in general, that's all fruit off Childish's tree. When it comes to the rapping, with some people, even the style, all that shit, that's fruit off Childish's tree. And that's why for me, I feel like it starts with Childish and then it transcends into like everybody else.
I don't. So
I
I don't know. It's tough. I don't know if
I
that's the
think-
first name I'd say, but I think that's definitely one of them for sure.
I give Pioneer credit, just to be clear. The founder, I think, is extremely wild.
So who's the founder
I
then?
think is extremely wild. I don't even have
Founder
a
and
founder.
Pioneer is different. Well,
Because founder to me,
is
we'd
it-
have to
is it
go
though?
back.
I don't think it's different.
Yeah,
I think it is.
it's different.
if it's not
slightly.
different,
It is.
then you can't put Childish Gambino there.
It's different because a founder is somebody that's like the founding foundation of something is a start. Like
The
you're
pioneer is who
creating
carried it.
Yeah, pioneer is
Yeah.
like you made an emphasis in that culture. I definitely, without a doubt, think Childish made an emphasis. I'm not gonna discredit that.
Mhm.
People weren't definitely like benefiting from his work, and he definitely didn't set
So
a
who
tone.
are-
But I don't think he founded
Who,
all hip
who are
hop.
we saying founded it then?
I think it's tough because you have to go back to like
Yeah, I
the
think
De
that's
La
different.
Souls
It's
and
different. Yeah.
you need to go back at that point.
I think the Tribe De La Soul is I think where you really
Yeah.
have to get
Respectfully,
into.
Respectfully, while I love Tribe, love De La Soul, niggas today do not give a fuck about De La Soul or Tribe. They give a fuck about the niggas they were listening to coming up.
okay,
That's
so
'cause
then
they're in
I think
culture,
I
though.
think
You
this
will
comes
not
back
You're
hear
to
talking about
like
younger people.
What
Talking
I'm
about
saying
younger
is
people.
for example, Kyrie, right? Let's bring it to basketball for a second.
Uh-huh.
Kyrie, right? Kyrie does a Euro step, right?
Yeah.
Kyrie does
Okay.
a Euro step. Kids watching right now are gonna get the Euro step and be like, "Yo, I'm doing the Kyrie. I'm doing
yeah,
the
but that's a
James Harden."
pioneer.
Regardless of the fact that Manu did it first,
That's
the
a
niggas
founder.
but the niggas that they know as founders are gonna be the niggas that they see.
But just because
coming
that's
up.
who you know as a founder doesn't make you a founder.
It does though.
It doesn't. It makes you a pioneer. You did something, but you're not the first person to do it.
But niggas don't care about the first people to do it.
Yeah, but you're not a
Because they
founder
don't even-
at that point.
But you
So-
are to
Just
them.
because you don't care about how something happened doesn't mean it doesn't change how
It's
it
not
happened.
relevant though.
I cannot
But
care.
It is.
not
It's still
relevant.
relevant. It's still
No,
relevant.
not,
because
though.
right, I cannot care who created Brave New Radio.
Right.
Frankly, be like, we're the founders of Brave New Radio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? Just because I don't know who they are, but I'm still not the founder of Brave New Radio. Somebody else built this.
But in 10
We're
years,
pioneers
in
for
10
sure.
years, when we're still Jerry's Home for All Hip Hop, when niggas are like, yo, who started Brave New Radio, Jerry's Home for All Hip Hop, niggas are gonna say, oh, like the Vont Leak era, da da
But
da
don't
da.
say he was I feel
That's
like
what the conversation
emphasis
will
being
be.
put maybe in like the wrong place or the wrong location, because for saying alt hip hop as a whole, as a larger genre,
Mhm.
which I agree with, just is very broad. I think founder is an improper term. Now we may be the founders, and specifically Vaughn and Johan or whatever in the music team, maybe the founders of how we became alt hip hop. Jersey's home for alt hip hop, right? But like we're not the Brave New Radio founders. Like that's
Niggas-
not a thing.
But like,
We're the pioneers because obviously we switched it. But at the same time, the person who made it like #1 for new indie, there was something else before that. They were like rock, and we don't even know them.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you know
get
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
exactly.
They're not
Yeah.
founders
They're
either.
not relevant though. The rock niggas aren't
Yeah,
Your
relevant.
right, so
relevancy
my point.
doesn't change
What do you
you
mean-
founding something.
It does
That's true.
though.
No, it does. So what do you mean by not relevant? Not talked about?
As in, like, niggas, you're not moving the culture. You're not pushing, like,
At that
anything.
time, though, and I think that's how you got to look at it with all hip hop, because, like we said, there's hella different eras. That's what I was. My fault. I was on my phone, but I was looking at the shit that we play, because we have, like Justice knows, we have like categories of where things are placed. So we have like where the MF Doom and the Missy Elliott's and shit, but then there's the categories of like the internet and like we play like some like the De La Souls. So it's. In alt hip hop, I think, because there is no definition of what the hell alt hip hop is.
Yeah.
There's different
There's eras.
founders. Yeah, there's different eras. The same way.
You could say he's the founder of the backpack rap version of
Yeah.
all hip hop.
Yeah.
That I would ride for.
But that, to me, though, that's why I said
Oh,
when
to you, that's
tell
what
me,
all hip hop is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So when we talk about all
Okay,
hip hop,
so then that's you.
That
then.
was my
So
definition.
that's, so it's like subjective to like what
Yeah,
you,
because
I
when
get that.
where you
when we-
started finding.
when
like,
we say all hip hop, that's what I'm referring to it as.
Yeah.
The backpack.
and I
niggas
get that.
like
I think for your like the subjective definition, I think that works because for sure for the backpack rap,
Like,
I wouldn't even.
there's not
disagree.
even another.
But I think for the overall term of all hip hop, I just want to specify that like all hip hop, the term, I don't think you can say that.
I also think you're putting too much influence on Childish Gambino.
Nah,
I don't think
he
there's
can't.
one thing about Childish Gambino that's never been done before.
You're wilding. You're wilding.
No, not about
When does
production, rap, anything.
when does Mac come into the conversation?
Mac Miller.
Yeah.
I don't think Mac Miller's in the conversation.
I don't think he is
unfortunately.
No.
I like.
Nobody want to sound like Mac Miller, respectfully.
You know, honestly, if we're really gonna
hot
get
take.
into it though, I think and I could be mispronouncing his name. I think Mac Miller took a lot of influence from his name's like Marcus DeMarco, Martin.
Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco.
Mac
Mac
DeMarco.
DeMarco. And I feel like respectfully, like another hot take. I don't know. I think
Everyone is influenced from everybody.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like
there's nothing new under the sun.
that doesn't make the notes and like the music he makes is like what people like the background, the tracks and stuff, as people like about Mac Miller.
fine.
But to me, like respectfully, I could just hear that from a DeMarco song.
Mac
So, like,
is not
I don't think he did anything different.
Miller
That's what
or
I'm saying.
DeMarco?
Mac Miller.
Okay.
Mac
Yeah.
Miller makes cool music,
Mac.
but
Yeah.
again,
Mac.
niggas don't want to. To me, when I'm talking about influence, niggas want to be like you. Niggas want to sound like you.
Yeah.
Niggas want to move like you. Niggas never wanted to be Mac Miller in my eyes.
Yeah,
from
I was
what
gonna say
I've seen.
I've never heard
From that
somebody
era-
be like Mac Miller.
From that era, niggas wanted to be Wiz if we're really talking about it. From that Pittsburgh sound.
Now you're
era,
talking.
Yeah, now you're
Now
talking.
you're
Niggas wanted to
talking.
be Wiz.
But I don't
Like,
think
you know.
you jumped right to Childish. I
Yeah.
think there's other niggas that influence more.
You think
Who?
Kid Cudi, right?
Kid Cudi for sure.
That's not the first person I would say. I think there's two people that come in mind to me,
Who?
and that's Kanye West and that's
Sure.
Lil Wayne. Because if
For
you talk
alt?
about
Wayne is
Absolutely.
interesting.
because you have to put Lil
Wayne is an
Uzi,
interesting
Playboy
take.
Cardi, Lil Yachty,
But
them
for
niggas in
alt?
all hip hop.
Nah,
for
you're
Yeah,
sure.
tweaking.
Wayne. That's why
sure.
I
No,
feel like
no, no,
Wayne
no.
just
For
is
sure.
hip hop
Yeah,
and jumps into alt.
I'm not
hip-hop.
gonna lie.
Wayne is not
Kanye,
alt.
I can see bounces.
Kanye, I think across the board we all agree.
Yeah,
Kanye is
I think if
Yeah.
you went across the table, we don't even need to discuss.
So you don't think
Kanye.
it's Wayne?
I think.
No.
I guess my question,
Wayne's
and
a
you know,
rapper.
like obviously I'm not.
So?
Not an alt hip hop rapper.
But he's still a
Yeah,
pioneer
I was
of
gonna
it.
Say, I find it difficult to like understand the alt hip hop part. Like I definitely think he's without a doubt a pioneer. I
Well-
think he's founded some aspects too of the music industry.
That's why I think
of rap, of hip hop, not the alt.
But
that's
the
why I
alt
think
is
all.
where-
That's why I think all is so broad because we talked about Tyler, Brockhampton.
Yeah.
I think that's who you niggas are talking about. I think I wouldn't consider Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi, Young Thug regular hip hop. That's alt too. It's not regular because you can't go
It
with
is.
Jay-Z and Young Thug and say that's the same type of
It's the
music.
At that
evolution.
point-
It's evolution, but it's still different. Though. It's
but
not just
they're
hip
doing
hop.
the same thing.
It's still melodic though.
But at that point,
it
aren't
could
you
be
going-
melodic.
Isn't it
Ja
a
Rule
different
was
subgenre?
melodic.
No.
Ja Rule
that's
wasn't
not what we're doing.
melodic?
That's not what we're doing.
Ja
We're not
Rule-
doing
your
Ja Rule
hips, your thighs.
and then Young Thug. Because LL Cool J was like that too. And you can say
Yeah.
they were pioneers, but I think it turned into something different.
But-
So you don't think Young Thug is alt?
No, he a nigga that rap.
I
You
feel
don't think
like-
Beautiful Thugger Girls is alt?
I feel like this is when you're well.
The
first of all,
content
yeah.
is maybe what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
The music.
content.
The artist.
No,
though.
no.
We're talking about the artist.
like
The music.
Young Thug wearing dresses and shit is not like a regular thing. But the music is nothing. It's
The
like,
music is
it's Atlanta shit.
I say it's alt.
He sound just like the rest of the Atlanta niggas. Future, Baby Gunna, all them niggas.
I think
they
them
sound
niggas
like
alt
Atlanta
too.
niggas.
You think Die Lit is regular? Die Lit isn't alt?
No, Die-Lit is what rap is
Nah.
So
now.
maybe this is when the subgenres need to break in.
No,
and
no, no,
I
no.
don't know what they would be called.
Die-Lit
but
is
I
what
honestly
hip
don't
hop
think
is
it's
now.
like I don't think I
Nah.
can comfortably sit here
That's not true.
and say that the people that me and Nick like Tyler the Creator should be in the same like subgenre as Young Thug.
You're wild.
I think
Like-
that should be alt because look, it's not like all hip hop is like die-lit now. You still have niggas like J. Cole and shit today.
But then, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but then at what point, like, who's the line for hip hop then?
It's all hip hop. All of it is hip
Because
hop.
then, like, that's
And then you gotta what you're talking about.
It's derivatives.
Though, it's like you're talking about like regional shit though. Like again, Atlanta niggas are gonna sound like Atlanta niggas. So like Wayne
West Coast is
influenced
West Coast. Yeah.
Wayne influenced niggas from the South. So niggas from the South are gonna sound like Wayne. That's not like all hip hop though. That's just like, oh, I'm from the South. Wayne is that nigga from my area.
I think you could say
I'm gonna
childish.
sound like him.
I think you could say just childish influenced nerdy niggas from the West Coast.
But Childish is from Stone Mountain, like Atlanta, and made niggas from all over the country fuck with him because of the style.
I think it was mainly like not really East Coast. I don't think so.
But that's because like East Coast niggas.
Also,
they don't like.
just light interjection. I do want to say that I think Childish Gambino does not give enough credit towards Outkast. Because I don't think he'd be. I don't think he'd be allowed to breathe if Outkast didn't even come out.
I think Outkast is a big one.
Because Outkast like set that comfortability respectfully.
3 stacks.
Don't disrespect Big Boy. Even though Big Boy is like a rapper for sure, but
niggas don't give a fuck about Big Boy.
That's crazy.
I think that's disrespectful.
Crazy. And low key, I agree, but I think niggas should. No, I think niggas should.
Nobody cares about Big Boy. Caddyshack was ass.
I feel like this is another like a time thing, right? Because like respectfully, I think when you look at Outkast and you just look at like record sales, like when they did the joint album, right? Like I Like the Way You Move sold way more than Andre 3000's portion of that album.
Then Hey Ya? Hey Ya was a bigger hit.
It sold way
like.
more.
Yeah,
and I've actually looked into this.
And Roses.
Right? It sold way more.
I thought Hey Ya was like
because at the time, like even though Andre 3000, and I feel like that's like over time, like kind of like history rewrites itself and it tweaks a little bit. Big Boy was like that nigga. Like,
but we're not talking about who was bigger at the time. It's standing the test of time. That's. But
at the same time, I feel like people retire. People like move to different things.
So
like Big Boy went to more producing.
3 Stacks writes like 2 verses a year, if that. And it's still in most people's top 10, top 15.
Yeah, I guess.
Big Boy not in that convo.
He should be though. He's underrated. Yeah, I think
be.
so. I think so.
I'm biased because I don't really like niggas from
I think people
below the Mason Dixon anyway.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too.
I think
below the Mason Dixon.
People fuck with Andre 3000 more right now because his type of portion of that rap is more popular right now.
Because niggas heard him and said, I want to be like that nigga, not I want to be like Big Boy.
Because music has changed. When Big Boy,
the niggas that changed the music though,
but like,
did it because of 3 Stacks.
Andre 3000, Outkast as a whole, like much respect. And like I said, I think Childish needs to give them like they credit because I don't think he could breathe if they didn't release the albums they released.
Sure,
but I feel like it's different because at the time when Big Boy was making that music, like he was influencing people. Like I mean, he influenced a little bit of even like what Timberland was doing. You know what I mean? So it's like he's influencing people, but for the sound that they're making at that time.
Timberland?
Music evolved, and I wouldn't necessarily give Andre 3000 the full credit for why the backpack weirdo nigga sound started becoming more popular. But unfortunately, fortunately, that's the sound that we have right now. So people are more in tune with Andre 3000.
Outkast is two of those guys who like kind of like Childish, where they came up from Atlanta and at first that influence was in there, but I think they've influenced around the world.
Yeah, for sure.
They're like, again, niggas don't, like, there's a difference between being regionally that nigga and like, you have a niche that is beyond like, okay, like, cause I'm from here, niggas gonna fuck with
I
me.
definitely agree. I agree with the regional part. Cause there's definitely people who influence a particular, like Lil Jon is, he
down there.
The South,
I'd say Lil Jon is, but that's because you mentioned because it's like Southern shit. I think Lil Jon is hip hop, right? I wouldn't call Lil Jon alt.
I wouldn't.
But I'd call Outkast alt.
Yeah, but they make different type of music.
But who cuts off that hip hop line then is what I'm saying.
But they're still hip hop. Even if it's all hip hop, it's hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop is broad. My thing is, I think it comes down to the mixing, either the mixing of different types of genres, or if you sound like no one else we've heard before. I think those are the two things
that make it alt.
Yeah, and I think if it's like melodic per se,
you're giving niggas a lot of like leeway. I feel like just cause you sound like just cause you have your own unique style doesn't make it alt. It just means.
I think it depends. I think it's situational.
Yeah, it depends.
It does depend, but I think you call like a.
I think you call Missy Elliott alt. This is my opinion, though. This is my opinion.
So Missy was making the music that was hot at that time.
Certain Fuji shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Fuji's for sure.
Fuji's could be alt,
but you could there's different genres mixed in that.
But that wasn't like.
I think the Fuji's are alt though.
Yeah.
Lauren is that.
Yes.
Like
because Lauren alone is R&B. So add that to the Fuji, then
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lauren was
You don't
on
think Fuji-
Miseducation
so what-
spitting bars.
So what would you think the Fugees are?
I think if we're, I don't know. I just
They're rapping and doing something else.
I mean,
I think Drake is alt.
I think Drake was alt.
I think
Oh,
it's
not anymore.
No, not anymore.
I think it's
Drake's a pop
rap, sing, or
I
if
would
you're just
very much
rapping,
agree.
making it like it's the instrumentation because
Potentially.
that makes it more melodic.
Yeah, but I don't think the melody is what makes it alt. Because again, niggas have been had melodies. I think it's
I mean, it doesn't, but it also depends
in
on
the
like
same way.
like take Hey Ya,
uh-huh.
like niggas, like would you consider niggas are rapping or singing on, or both really?
both. Yeah,
It's
And then
different
it's
between
just-
being melodic and singing.
but for me, it's like if there's the sound of music that's hot, right? And then there's if you're doing something different than that, then we could talk about it being alt. But like the melody shit is hot. So if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sound like every other nigga that's hot right now, that doesn't make me alt hip hop. You know what I mean?
I feel like alt is it's so tough.
It's so broad.
Because it's kind of like I hear what you're saying about the Fugees, but like the soul aspect to me is almost more overpowering than the rapping, respectfully. Like I don't listen to the Fugees and be like, this is the rapping here is just
But it's still there.
impeccable. Like it is, right? But I don't like I feel like the soul is more what they're like pushing and pumping. I mean, I'm not their management, so I don't know what the soul is.
So like,
But like I just feel like the soul is more what like Silk Sonic to me is a tough choice for alt hip hop, right? Because I don't feel like they're necessarily like
no, I don't think. Well,
I think
an
they're
easy choice.
alt.
Yeah,
I think they're
Anderson
alt.
I
Paak
think they're
is alt hip hop.
No, I was
as,
gonna
as
say.
individuals.
So-
Well, Anderson .Paak for sure.
Anderson
is
.Paak
alt
is.
hip-hop.
But this is what I'm saying,
And
right?
then I think
feel
Bruno
like since
came
we're
on this
talking
side.
about you're adding soul to rapping, right? So we're really adding Bruno to Anderson .Paak, which
Mhm.
is similar to me as like the Fuji concept of like you're adding someone like Lauryn Hill who's heavily soul, and then you're adding some rapping elements.
Lauren could
I
rap though.
think-
Okay, I can
Yeah,
She
understand.
can, but like I think
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, like,
Nah. We're not gonna
do we
that.
know Lauren
could
for a
rap.
rapper? Like, do we know her for a rapper?
A lot. Some people consider her a
Yes.
rapper.
Lauren could
This
rap.
comes back to the Lizzo and Doja
Just-
Cat
just 'cause of
conversation,
that
but we'll put a
one-
pin in that for now.
Mhm.
I want to have a convo.
Lauren
yeah,
has.
we'll come
Of
back
course
to
you
that.
do.
I think
for Doja Cat.
when you're
relax.
adding like a soul and a rap element, I think it becomes tough for me for like Silk Sonic. I'm not listening to them to hear Andy rap. You feel me? You feel me? Like I'm the soul aspect and the music is like what I'm here for. So it almost feels weird. Like there should be like a alt soul hip hop or something. Like there should be some type of a
No.
subgenre of that.
But that's because
Because
what you
it's-
prefer.
So
though.
is that like? Would you like
but I feel
slow
like
jams, or is that just straight R&B?
The song?
Yeah, because
like-
there's niggas on there like
I feel like there
Twista.
should be like an alt R&B. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel
There
like
is.
alt
Yeah,
hip
that definitely is.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I would put them more like Fuji, Silk Sonic, more in like an alt R&B and not necessarily alt hip hop.
I
I
just
don't
don't
think
see.
the hip hop aspect is strong enough there
It's the beats,
for me
though.
to be leaning on them.
I don't see
beats,
Silk
though.
Sonic though, because Silk Sonic is, although Andy raps and can sing, that's not what Silk Sonic is though. Silk Sonic isn't making anything that they're rapping on.
But like, what's the dynamic differences between that and the Fugees really? Because some of those songs he is
There's
rapping.
more rap in the Fugees.
Way
Yeah.
more.
There's
rap.
more rap from Lauren.
And it's
and there's
the beats.
more.
than
It's the
Anderson
beats
.Paak
for
and Silk
sure.
Sonic.
Yeah, everything in
And the
Silk Sonic is
style.
meant to sound
so-
like old school R&B for sure.
So you don't think that there's more rap in the Fugees than there is in Silk Sonic?
There is, but I don't think it's like me personally, I don't think it's a crazy enough amount of like crisp rapping for me to feel like it's like a dynamic
But
difference
also, we're
to
not
put them in
talking-
alt hip hop. I think it's alt R&B more so.
I don't think hip hop and rap are the same thing either, though. Like,
okay.
rap is like hip hop is the broad term. Rap is in that broad term.
I can agree.
Okay,
Because at first, you're talking about niggas breakdancing and shit as a part of hip hop.
that's
Yeah.
facts.
They're not rapping. They're breakdancing. They're doing other shit as a
Okay.
part of.
I think I can
like
agree
the
with that.
Beastie Boy.
I think I can
era?
agree
You
with
know what I'm
that.
saying?
Okay.
So just because they're not spitting like bars like rapping, doesn't mean they're not hip hop. Still, you know what I mean? Because it's still you gotta talk about beats and
But then
instrumentation, cadence, all that other
I
shit.
think that's tough because that comes with evolution, right? Like the Run
Yeah.
DMCs in their era were rapping, even though now
They were.
they're still rappers, not discrediting. But I'm saying like, you know what I mean? Like the breakdancing, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, like
Niggas DJ too though that are in hip-hop.
that era. I just feel like it's tough to like not necessarily call them rappers per se, because I mean to them they were rapping.
No, they
Yeah.
are, but there were niggas in their clique that were there literally just to like
Oh yeah, for the music.
start the party.
Yeah, just for the
Well,
music.
I understand the confusion
were
then
rolling
with
with
like
DJs.
not confusion, I guess, but your opinion on the Roots then, because the Roots does like shit with like Erykah Badu,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then Black Thought is in the Roots
That's
rapping
what
and
I'm
or
saying.
singing.
Like
Exactly.
Black Thought to me, I feel like he's adding that element where I
He's
think,
a
I think
rapper.
it becomes difficult for me for certain groups to give them the, like, especially for groups. Artists, I think, is different. It's a little bit easier for me to put them in categories.
Mhm.
But with groups, I think it's tough because typically in most of these groups that we're talking about, there is a rapper. There is
Yeah.
somebody that's providing
Wyclef.
that, like, that piece of, like, rapping into the content, where I think it's tough now for me to be like, I mean, he's not carrying the hip hop aspect by himself. So you're still more soul to me than you are the hip hop rap portion.
But again,
I
you
think
also
rap
have
and
to-
hip hop have always went hand in hand. For sure.
I feel like,
Yeah.
you know,
Of course, again, like,
I get what you're saying though, that it's like you can't solely rely on the rap for the hip hop portion.
yeah,
But I do feel like, unfortunately, especially like by today's standards,
Mhm.
I'm expecting you in the hip hop category to at least rap.
I'm considering rap like the square, and then hip hop's the rectangle. You know what I mean? So like,
Mhm.
rap is a
Yeah.
part of
I agree.
hip hop.
I
But
agree.
hip hop is more than just
So
rap.
I want to
Okay.
go back to what I was saying before. So let's talk about if it's just rap then. Well, let's
Mhm.
let's start categorizing niggas then.
Okay.
So
Okay.
rap today. Let's start today.
Just rap.
You got J. Cole.
Yes.
J. Cole, you put in rap. Griselda's rap.
Yes.
So then where would you put like a Playboy Cardi then? You can't put that in
He's
the
hip
same.
hop.
So it has to be a different subgenre though.
No, it doesn't.
I think it should be. I
Niggas-
think that type of rap is different. I think the Uzi, Cardi, Young Thug,
Uzi's a rapper though. Uzi and Cardi's not the same thing.
I might be able to agree with you with Uzi.
Uzi's rhythm and poetry for real. Like,
Yeah, maybe like Little
bars.
Baby, I'd accept.
rapper.
But if it's heavy, I think if your main focus isn't the lyrics, I think it should be in a different category. Honestly,
So
I
then
think
Kanye's not a rapper.
Indeed.
Kanye's different though.
Why?
Yeah.
Kanye's different. I think Kanye's still heavily in
Kanye's
focuses
main
on the
focus
lyrics.
was never the lyrics though.
Never.
No, never.
No, I
I
think
disagree.
No, I
that's
disagree
not
with
true.
you.
I'm not saying
I think
he
it was
didn't
hand
care.
in hand. I
didn't
think it
say
was
he-
hand in hand.
I'm not saying he didn't care about lyrics, but Kanye's main focus was never the bars.
Still flow though.
He's nice, so it didn't have to be his main focus. But that nigga was always producer first, and then a rapper. Always, always.
Mm.
The greatest shit that we love from Kanye. Yes, he again. He has
Well,
bars.
I also think Kanye is alt too.
Yeah, I
would
think we all. I
agree.
think
Yeah, we agree.
across
But
the
I'm
Yeah,
saying
board.
that. But like, you can be. It's about how you present it.
Mhm.
Like if you're presenting yourself as a rapper, then you'll be received as a rapper.
I don't know personally.
I disagree because now this brings me into the Doja Cat, Lizzo,
Mhm.
and some of these
Mm.
other people category. I think at some point,
Like Saweetie.
yeah,
Sweetie, a rapper.
Nah.
Sweetie's a rapper.
Saweetie
You're
only
a
gets the
rapper.
rapper category because I will say. Let me get the
What else
Doja
would
Cat.
she be?
Let's get the Doja
She
Cat and
has
Lizzo,
bars.
right?
Okay.
Doja Cat and Lizzo, I think, are perfect examples of like two people that consider
Who
themselves
the-
rappers.
Wait. Does Lizzo consider herself
Yes.
a rapper?
No, but I will say, and this fact, I
She
don't think
does.
either of these two. Lizzo's crazy as fuck if she calls herself
She
a rapper.
literally has called
But
herself a rapper.
Who was it?
What?
Who was it? Was it Johan or was it Lana that when we started doing all hip hop put Lizzo in the mix?
It was. I hope it wasn't John.
It was
I
one
think
of the
it was
two,
Lana.
and I was
hope it
like,
wasn't
we were
John.
like, no,
Mhm.
at all.
But she considers herself because Missy Elliott is her direct, like, you know, how people
Oh,
are like,
knock it off. Not you. I'm talking about Lizzo.
You know, people are like, it's their influence, right? But like, they're actually like, were like shadowing under somebody. Lizzo genuinely has been shadowing under, like, with direct help from Missy Elliott on all her tracks. So much so that on her first album, Missy's on there, and she's like, oh, like in the credits, she's like, thank you for producing this. Like, you've been an idol of mine. Like, so it's like a direct hand in her influence.
Mm-hmm.
So because she has Missy in the mix, and she honestly has some Timberland in the mix as well, she considers herself a part of the alt hip category, but particularly a rapper.
Yeah, I don't
Right?
give. I don't give a fuck.
Because
I don't give a fuck.
Missy, I mean, yeah, I don't
She
even
not a
care.
fucking
I'm just
rapper.
saying, Missy Elliott considers herself a rapper,
Can I keep it?
right? I wouldn't argue that she's not a rapper, but I'm just explaining where the connection lies. I think just because someone is your influence, though, doesn't make you a rapper.
That's a
Like,
fact.
I don't consider Doja Cat is not a rapper to me.
Nor association because
Doja
like,
Cat's different.
funny enough,
though.
Lizzo dropped something today. I haven't heard it yet.
I was gonna say, I haven't
She
will
dead
not
ass
be
dropped
here.
something today.
I've not heard it.
A song. But she did the last joint she did was with Cardi, and I can see why she can consider herself. They're both rapping on that. I can see why, but I just don't
Can
feel
I
like
just-
that.
Can I just say
This
this
is
real
where,
quick?
like, maybe we need a different episode. We need to break down rap then. But go ahead.
I just want to say that if we're being real here, this might be a hot take. Let's keep it a stack for a second. If Doja Cat and Lizzo were white people, they would not be considered rap or even almost rap or even be able to say some shit like that
But
without immediately being called out as either culture vulture or some shit.
Is Iggy Azalea white? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She's a rapper.
But she is a rapper,
See,
though.
so like,
But no,
you
but
know.
they don't make the same type of music
You know what
though.
I'm saying? They don't make the
Iggy
same
and
type of
Lizzo
Iggy is
and
genuinely
Iggy
a
and
rapper,
Doja.
though.
Mm.
I think.
Iggy's just bad at rapping, but she does rap.
I don't think
On pop
Doja.
stuff.
I don't think Doja and Lizzo I don't think they're similar. Lizzo's not a fucking. She doesn't rap. I've never heard Lizzo rap.
She rapped in the joint with
No
Cardi.
fucking
I'm saying if they were
way.
Caucasian people, this is not even combo. Like literally what Tyler was saying about the Grammys. He's like, yo, I don't even make like. He was like, I didn't even make a rap album, and I'm nominated for best rap album just because like, I think niggas are just like, oh, they've got melanin and they have a little bit of soul in their music.
But that's what
They
I'm
could be
saying. That I
rapping.
think another thing that needs to be discussed, like as a community, I guess, is what is rapping. Like, because now I feel like we're getting a little too loose with the rap credential category.
Mhm.
Like we just giving people the permission to be like, yeah, you're a rapper, but like you're not. I'm sorry, I do not think Doja Cat is a rapper.
I think that's where all hip hop comes in because, like Nick said, a lot of people were upset that Tyler the Creator got best rap album. I don't think Igor's a rap album.
I mean, Tyler himself said that he did not think it was a rap album. So.
But is Tyler a rapper?
Yes, because Tyler has like
But
how many albums of him
you
rapping?
can be a rapper and not produce a rap album.
Do y'all agree that Doja's not a rapper?
I think Doja's a rapper.
I know.
I don't.
think I consider her alt though.
Those is pop. It's pop.
I think she mixes it.
You
I
can
think
be
it's-
pop
I
and
think
be a
it's-
rapper though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
she
pop
makes-
that
You can be
jumps
pop and be a
into-
rapper because Drake teeters.
Drake's not a rapper.
Drake
I think
teeters.
I think Doja mixes rap, R&B, and pop.
Yeah.
I think that's her sound.
Mhm.
But Lizzo, that's pop through and through.
They're
Yeah.
both pop.
I'd put nah, she ain't no fuck. She not a rapper.
Rapping is like niggas could like Kendrick's a rapper. So even if his shit is popular, even if his shit's hit big, he's still a rapper.
Supposedly his next album has like a lot of like rock influence. I'm actually really
And
hyped to
he'd
hear
still
that.
be a rapper.
Yeah, he'd still be a
with
rapper.
that.
He'd still be a, but Doja, if I've heard you go on a track and rap and you spazzed, you're a rapper.
So
And I heard
Beyonce's a
Doja-
rapper? Beyonce's a rapper?
Is the
Who?
Beyonce's a
Beyonce
rapper?
is not a rapper.
I heard Beyonce spaz on
Beyonce
songs.
is
Where have you
not
heard
a rapper.
Beyonce spaz?
What
though?
the shit that they just did, the Carters?
What is spaz?
She did
The
not
crowd
spaz
going
on
ape
that.
shit? She didn't spaz on ape shit? Don't
No.
do that. Don't do that.
It was cool.
No.
Don't do that.
It was
Nah,
cool. It was
don't
cool.
do that.
It was
As a
cool.
rapper,
Don't do that.
Also,
On
Jay
the
wrote.
Nicki
Also,
joint?
Jay wrote that.
See,
On the
that's
Nicki
not-
joint?
The Nicki joint she
All
did
she
spaz.
did- Bro, I feel like this is why I'm like rapping
got
needs to be
a fine
defined.
catalog.
Just because you're on beat having a conversation in a in key tone does not make
Rhythm
you a rapper.
and poetry.
So what
Ain't
makes
shit.
you wait? So what makes you a
Doja
rapper?
ain't shit.
What makes you a rapper, Marissa?
I feel like the sound
Okay,
is
yeah.
different.
Okay, yeah.
Beyonce
That's
was
like-
just talking on the
that's both.
track.
Rhythm and poetry.
Ape shit. I'm sorry. Ape shit to me, she was just having her regular ass voice, but on the track.
Nah. She was.
What's the other Doja song? Ain't shit. There's
There was no
rapping?
bars there.
I like Kiss Me when she rapped a little bit.
a little bit, but she had SZA on that too. Oh, you talking about rap? I'm sorry, you said rap. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She was rapping.
So you don't. I don't know. I
That's
I think
the-
Doja's rapped
What's
on
the joint
enough
where
of
she
her
says,
songs
"Choke
to
me,"
be considered
whatever?
a
Yeah.
rap.
Sexual.
I mean, I
yay.
think-
Wait, we're having two
yeah.
different conversations here. Sorry. Go
We'll
ahead.
talk offline.
I'm not. Yeah, offline.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying that like she hasn't rapped. I'm saying I don't consider Doja a rapper.
But you do Lizzo?
No, I never said Lizzo was a rapper.
Oh,
You're
Lizzo,
saying
I'm sorry.
Claims to be.
yeah,
I don't
one of
see
them,
that at all.
Neither one of them rap.
So like, what credentials do you have to be considered a rapper then?
I don't think Doja spazzed on enough songs, respectfully.
That song she dropped with French Montana, Sweetie,
And
she spazzed.
But
on
also,
that shit.
you don't have to be good. You don't have to be like a good rapper to be a
True.
rapper.
I mean, I don't think Doja has.
but if you're
enough
releasing
out
mostly
in
pop
general.
like pop hits,
I agree.
then I feel like at some point
Is
you-
Post Malone a rapper?
yeah,
I don't think he
is
is.
Lil Nas X a rapper?
He raps. I've
Um,
never heard Post Malone rap.
Don't do that.
He sings. That nigga, he. I've never heard Post Malone rap. Give me one song. Show me one song where Post Malone's rapping.
I don't have it.
You
I
don't
think
have
he's
it.
a rapper either.
He's not a rapper.
I think Lil Nas
Was
X
he
is
rapping on
difficult,
White
though.
Iverson?
White Iverson, he's that's not rapping, bro.
But see, this is why I feel like, right?
Okay,
I
you're
put
probably
Lil
right.
Nas. I'll make it more even, right? We knock Lizzo out. Lil Nas X and Doja, right?
Lil Nas X.
The songs that are your quotation mark spazzing on are your pop hits. Your rap songs aren't hitting.
No,
that tempo
Old
for
Town
me.
Roadie's rapping. I got the horses in the bag.
That's a country song.
He's rapping though.
Country songs sound
It's
like
country
that.
Country
Make
rap.
him a
Country
rapper.
rap.
Country grammar
That's
is a
another-
country song, and
that's
he
a-
rapping.
That's
Nelly rapping in country grammar.
subgenre.
There's country rap.
As a
The
we're not
Baby
gonna get
did
into
it
country
too.
music. We're not gonna get
Baby
into
did it
country
We're not going
music,
back.
But Luke Combs does the same thing. I don't consider him a rapper.
Luke Combs does the same thing as Lil Nas X.
That particular track. I'm not saying Lil Nas X as a whole.
That flow.
Old Time Road, yes.
Luke Combs hit that flow. Let me know.
It's not-
Let
it's
me know what
just-
song it
it's
is.
Okay.
Nah, I kind of agree with Marissa that you can't just be talking on it.
You can't be
just
talking on the
be
track and
not
now you're a
singing.
rapper.
You can't just be not singing and it's rap.
Rhythm and poetry.
Old Time Road was literally like the crossover between a country hip hop like barely hip hop, but a country makes hip hop undertones.
So wouldn't that be alt then?
He was rapping.
If it's
He was not rapping on Old Time Road.
So what was he doing?
So Billy Ray Cyrus was rapping because he did the same thing.
I didn't say Billy Ray was rapping.
But
I
he
said
did the
Lil
same
Nas
thing on the
X was
remix.
rapping.
I think you
That
think
doesn't make him a rapper though.
I think.
Okay, so what makes Lil Nas X a rapper?
I'll be honest with you, bro.
Because he
I'll be honest with you. I think you think Lil Nas X is a rapper because he's black.
No, he was rapping.
No,
Rissa has a point.
I'm being
He
serious.
was
Billy Ray
rapping.
Cyrus did the same thing on the remix. What made them
Billy Ray
different?
Cyrus
think-
is a country music legend
I think if niggas aren't singing,
So then what made Lil Nas X a new person, a rapper?
because he rapped.
What had
on
he done
multiple
before
songs.
that?
I'm saying, but after that, he was still rapping. Like Panini,
What?
he's rapping.
I
Because
think
the baby was rapping on it? Is that why?
He rapped on Panini too.
All right. Y'all can go all day. I think if a nigga's not singing and he's black, they're gonna consider him a rapper.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's
agree.
just how it is. If
But
we're
what
being
else
But
is he
that's
doing if he's
incorrect.
not singing?
But that's incorrect.
So who's?
So he
Because
rapping on
if
Industry
you're
Baby?
white and you're not singing, yeah, literally.
honest. Sometimes it's
Is
rap.
he rapping on Industry?
Jack
Baby?
Harlow is rapping on Industry Baby.
Yeah, is Lil Nas X rapping on Industry Baby to you?
I would say yeah. Honestly, he's
Where?
rapping? The whole.
Come on now.
I
He
feel
brought
like it's
Jack
a-
on the track to rap.
It's a rap song though.
I think because his
Like-
flows. I think Industry Baby maybe could pass. I think there's a certain songs that he's like rapping. I just think because
'Cause
his
if we're
flow
gonna-
is so melodic and there's so much like.
If we're gonna
Because
say
he's
that,
not rapping
it's
and
just
Call Me By Your Name.
that's
by my
true.
name, whatever.
He's not. But if
Nah,
we're
that's not
but
rapping.
if we're
he's
gonna
not
say
rapping there.
but if we're
So-
gonna say on Old Town Road and Industry Baby, Lil Nas X isn't rapping, then Drake hasn't rapped since 2016. If that's what we're saying.
Drake raps.
But I'm saying if that's not rap, then nothing Drake has done since 2016 is
This
rap.
might come back to the color barrier then, because I think truly
Oh, so Drake's white.
That was
for
speculation.
this
shit.
conversation, Drake's black.
He's black right now.
For right now for
Okay,
this
okay.
term, he's
All right.
black. If literally the same people, and comes back to the white thing, right? Billy Ray Cyrus is then rapping on it has to be.
Okay.
They did the same
Then
thing
he's
on the
rapping.
track,
Then he's rapping.
but he was not rapping. Billy
Yes,
Ray
he
Cyrus does
was.
not rap.
Why can't he rap?
He literally
Okay.
doesn't though.
Ariana Grande rapped on Seven Rings.
I just think because
Like,
hip
why-
hop,
it's okay to rap and not be a rapper.
hip hop
Consider
is
that
just
rapping?
Yeah,
The-
shoot,
the-
the look, give me the look, look at my neck, don't got enough money to pay me
No.
respect. Come on,
No,
bro.
bro.
Marissa
She is literally rapping.
confused
No,
right now.
Seven Rings, Ariana Grande is rapping. Not the whole song, but
You like my hair? She
I said not the whole song, but that part, when the beat changed,
Look into my neck. All that respect.
yeah, that part, that's rapping.
That's possibly rapping.
That's rapping.
Possibly.
That is.
Possibly. But you can't call him a rapper because that's one
No,
song.
Ariana's not a rapper, but I'm saying.
So you can be a rapper.
But Lil Nas X,
So then, what is Lil Nas X if he's not a rapper?
singer with alt,
Come on,
with
a
rapping,
singer,
with rapping
a singer.
I
abilities,
wouldn't call him a singer.
with rapping abilities.
I wouldn't call him a singer.
I wouldn't call him a rapper.
So then, what's Ja
So
Rule?
what would you call him?
Alt. I think he's alt.
But what is
He's
his, what is his
alt.
What does that
occupation?
mean? If he's not
Alt
singing rap,
can't
what
be
does
his
that mean?
occupation though.
I think he's a pop.
Niggas, yeah.
I think.
You
I
niggas is
think.
ridiculous.
I think Lil Nas X is a pop star. I think Lil Nas is a pop
thank
star,
you.
but I think
Okay,
he's alt.
I can agree
I think
with
What does
he's
that mean? Because he's
Popstar.
definitely singing on Montero.
I think he's doing a lot of shit.
I
on
can
Montero.
agree
He's
that-
doing a lot of shit on Montero.
He can
but
do
I
a
think
lot of
he's.
shit.
I think
I
he's
think
different
he-
genres.
I think him and
I could agree with
Doja will
Popstar.
say teeter into different things, and they're talented people. But I would not categorize either of them as a strong enough rapper to say they're rappers.
I could agree to pop star for them,
I think. Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like you don't have to. Again, you don't have to be like a good rapper to be a rapper. Like you're still
no,
rapping.
but if that's not your,
Trinidad
if that's
James
not
rap.
your niche, if that's not your key thing,
Mm.
then I don't think you can be a rapper. I could be a trash rapper, but I rap all the time, right?
Okay.
That's
cool.
not Childish Gambino's key thing anymore.
I'm not
But see,
counting
that
any
comes back
music
to
he's made
how much
recently,
music
though.
do you? That comes back to how much music are you making to where you can. continue to
Gambino's
keep the title,
known as
right?
a rapper.
Because if Jay-Z came out with a soul record, he'd still be a rapper. Like how much
Yeah.
music do you have to make to where you can keep the title of rapper? Is really
That's
'cause
what you're known
people.
for.
Yeah, people go older. People make albums later that have nothing to do with what they first made them for.
Very true.
I mean Kanye, he just made a gospel album.
He's still rapping though.
Yeah, but I'm saying the
And won a
attention-
Grammy against actual gospel artists.
He
Which
won
is
best
still
gospel
crazy.
album.
Last year.
Oh, for the Jesus is King.
yeah.
Yeah. So I,
I'm
I,
just saying
I think Don does alt.
Don does alt. Yeah,
No,
okay.
it's not.
You don't think it's
bro.
all?
It is.
No,
It
it's
is.
not.
It is.
No, it's
Why?
rap. It's
Nah.
just he's rapping. It's
Nah.
I think it's definitely alt.
No, it's not. Alt?
Toom, toom, back against, I had my back against the wall. Like that.
I
That's
That's
think,
sad.
I think it's alt.
That's
That
A,
doesn't
that's
give me
one.
hip-hop.
A, that's one song, and B, it's like
Well, no, yeah.
it's just music at this point. Like, I don't think you can say that's not alt to me, because he's still got Off the Grid is like a
But I still feel
damn near
like,
drill song.
I feel like that's because you're still considering alt as that just particular backpack rap.
It
Yeah, I
has
think
to
it's
be
broad-
specific though.
I think it's broader than that. That's why I think we
you
need,
have to specify it though.
I think
to me.
we need different subgenres.
I was gonna say. I think it's because you're like, and I respect it, but I think it's because for you, alt is strictly that backpack rap.
Very
And you're
much.
not seeing him in it. But I
Yeah.
think if we're looking at the broader term of alt, he is.
But then
And
what's,
that particular
what's the
album to me
broader
was.
term?
Okay,
of
so
alt, though?
you said backpack rap, right?
Backpack rap, yeah.
I think you're referring to like camp, right?
Camp for sure.
So
Mhm.
camp sounds really different than because of the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So camp, let's talk about camp then.
Okay.
Besides the content of what he's rapping about and his flow, what's all about that? What's not hip hop about that? It's literally just the content.
No. It's his flow.
That's still rap though.
Kids is not like rap.
No, I'd say it's still he's just
Nah.
rapping differently because if you want to go like
and
that,
it's content too.
so would
though.
MF Doom be just rap?
Hmm.
What about Wu-Tang?
We're taking their rappers.
So Childish was
They are. You said.
Yeah, we're taking rappers.
I don't think camp is what made him alt. I think it's because of the internet and the one before
No.
that.
I was gonna
Which
say
was-
I
which was
kind
what?
of think because
Camp?
the internet was more.
No,
alt.
it was another one.
He was-
before camp.
Camp made him alt is what I'm saying.
I don't think it did.
Because the internet is an evolution from Camp, but there's still similarities between the two.
I think because the internet was more alt. I personally can't verdict which was which, but I do think because the internet was more alt.
That's just him growing though
But
as an
I
artist
think-
in alt.
I think people could confirm across the board that one was alt. Camp is tough because I feel like I would have to go back and listen to the whole album because I think there's some on there that are like definitely just straight hip hop for me.
You gotta
and some
think-
that are alt, but
You gotta think about the content too though, because when you're talking about some of these songs like Less, that's like
mm,
that content, like Jay-Z's not gonna say that. Like what he said there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, your Nas is not gonna say that. You know what I mean? Like it's content along with flow, along with style, because it's outside of the music too at that point. We're talking about alt as like what it is in culture, how he moved, how he acted, things like that.
So we're
Also
going back.
add to it.
But
So
you
we're
see
going
that-
back to Eminem.
Eminem is not
Eminem
alt.
is alt.
Eminem never
You can
was
say the
alt.
same thing about that. So you can say about Eminem.
Eminem was
No,
alt though.
Eminem was rapping the
Eminem-
whole time, like
Eminem was
every other
Camp,
nigga.
he was rapping.
No.
He was.
Also, he
not
does-
the
he
whole
does,
time.
like-
Backpackers, that's rap.
He teeters
Not
into
the
the
whole
singing
time.
though, for real. Like Eminem
Who?
teeters. He teeters. It's not. It'll be like a bar. You know, it'll be like the intro.
Eminem's
I mean,
a
he's
rapper.
definitely-
Hold a note.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm not gonna say like the man be like singing his heart
Some
out, but
niggas call Eminem arguably like the best rapper ever.
but
Niggas
I
say
think he's
that.
an
I think
alt
Childish
rapper.
Gambino was a rapper until because of the internet.
Nah, yo, he
I
was
think he
doing
was
the
a
same
weird
shit.
nigga.
So wait, are we-
Tyler was
Yes,
a
he's a
rapper
weird nigga,
until
exactly.
Flower Boy.
The fact that you're
Pause.
calling him a weird nigga is what makes it old.
Are we implying that rapping and being an alt artist is like separate? Because that's
If you're an alt artist, then you're rapping and doing some other shit.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I agree.
Eminem was not doing other shit. He was rapping. He was rapping very well.
your stand. I feel like teeters, but yeah.
But Stan is like a sample.
Stan,
though.
the fucking Dido and Elton John were singing. Eminem was not singing on Stan. He's rapping too. Bars the whole time. That nigga was.
But
not,
I think personally that's the same thing as Camp. I think because of the internet, he transitioned himself and made himself. I think
I don't
that's
know, 'cause
what's
some of his
alt.
early ones, like the Slim Shady joints, when he was like heavily like in his Nicki Minaj
Let me pull up
like,
the Camp
type character vibes. Well, obviously he was before, but
This guy-
I feel like those are a little bit more alt. Like when Eminem was like heavily pushing the Slim Shady like rhetoric, I think those were more alt.
Heartbeat. He's not rapping.
Can I see the track list?
Hold you down. This is not. Yeah, that's not a all. I mean, that's not a rap album.
I think it's only a handful of songs, so I wouldn't call it alt. I think
It's more than. And again, at that time though, you gotta think about the time period of what it is.
no, I agree. I
So
agree.
he's setting the tone for what niggas. Camp was part of him setting the tone
I'm not saying it wasn't inspiration.
because the internet is
Yes.
what niggas go back to as okay. This is the shit because it popular.
I'd say Camp is still rap. I'd say because the internet, and then his next one, which would be Kawaii or whatever it is,
Yeah.
what's
that's
the word,
alt. That's where you get to the alt territory.
Yeah.
Because
because the internet's not alt.
I think it is. That's
is.
probably
It
the
definitely is.
definition
It definitely
of
is.
at least here
But
at Brave
I'm-
New Radio. I
I'm
think
saying
it is.
I'm saying that
For
Camp
sure,
set the tone
2005.
for that. So when he's
Yeah.
making Camp,
That's advice perfect.
when he's
for
making
example.
Camp, he's finding his sound. So that's a part of it.
College Dropout still set the tone for 808s and Heartbreak.
That's
It doesn't
facts.
mean it's alt.
No.
It's
That's
It's still
not the same
evolution.
thing. That's not the same.
It's
thing.
still evolution though.
That's not the same thing at all. College Dropout was huge in its own right.
So
Camp was like experimental and niggas fuck with camp, but niggas that are like Gambino stands fuck with camp.
I was gonna say I don't
Casual
think
niggas
camp
fuck with
hit,
because of the internet.
I do not in any way think that camp hit as same as college dropout.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
just
So
because it's
different.
underground doesn't mean it's not. It's all.
But I'm saying the underground part of it
Does
is
it?
why you're making that
Does
point.
it?
Just because you're underground doesn't make you alt.
I think it helps.
Kind of, yeah.
That's what it
I
means.
think it helps.
Kinda.
I don't.
That is what it means.
Nah, I disagree.
I think it helps.
So just because you're underground makes you alt.
No, but I think it helps because it's obviously something different to where it's
Alternative.
underground.
Yeah.
Alternative.
Alternative, kind of leaning indie.
Yeah.
Even like
That's indie. Indie
Like
is
I
different.
don't think you need to be
Oh.
underground.
Indie is an
I don't
independent.
think just because you're an
Yeah.
underground artist, you're automatically alt. But I do think the fact that you're underground is contributing
You
to
are.
the
It
helps a
reason
little.
that you're
Yeah.
alternative.
But if you're
because
just
it's
rapping,
like you're doing something different, so not everyone's fucking with you on a higher
if
level.
you're underground, then you are alt whatever genre you're in.
Yeah.
To me, whatever genre you're in,
you know
you're
what?
alt whatever.
Yeah, I probably could get
if
jiggy with that.
you're
yeah.
if you're underground, because that's the whole point.
And even still, when we were deciding what the hell to play, we even like, for lack of a better term, I think was looking at like SoundCloud type shit. But it
Yeah.
was still
And-
following the I
For-
guess
'Cause I-
barrier.
Well,
Because-
because I think that type of music is alt too.
But so Vaughn, hear me out, right? How often do you play Drake, Future, those niggas?
Not that often.
How often do you
Sometimes.
play your Duckwoods,
Little Sims.
your Little Sims, your
Mhm.
A lot.
the lesser known
They're
people
more underground.
here are going to get played more.
But those
because
niggas you
they're
just
alt.
named are alt though. Little
Drake
Sims
and
is not.
Future?
Little Sims and Duckworth are not
But
traditional
I thought we
rappers.
agreed that Drake was
Drake and
was
Future
alt.
are alt, is what you're saying?
Drake.
But what
Not
I'm saying
Future,
is that
but Drake.
because these niggas are more popping, we're not gonna play them as much
Mhm.
on an alt hip hop station.
You're missing what I'm saying. I'm saying just because you're underground doesn't make you alt.
necessarily
Because
lock in.
was Joyner Lucas ever alt? No. Is Corday alt? No.
Don't talk to me
They're
about
rappers.
Corday's
They're
alt.
rappers.
Corday's alt.
Corday's not alt. He's a
Corday's
rapper.
Alt. Nah, Corday's alt.
Corday's a
Chronicles.
rapper. through and
Chronicles is
through.
alt.
No.
Chronicles
fuck
is
that.
an alt
No.
song.
Nah, I'm not going.
Why do you
He's a
think
rapper.
Wasn't that a Power or whatever they're called?
Was Griselda?
I don't think so.
Was Griselda? Is Griselda alt?
It was up there though.
It was up there though.
Griselda might be alt just because I think their beat selection alone.
I
might
don't
make
think
them
it locks
different.
you in, like I said, to be underground. But I do
Also,
think
Corday's
you in
not
the
really.
running.
Corday's not really
it's a
underground.
huge
also.
contributing factor, though. I think
I'll say they're
Because
alt. I'll say I think I agree with that.
Are we?
it's shifting you. Like you being underground is obviously what's different. Because if you were more mainstream, everybody would fuck with you. So you automatically would almost teeter a little bit away from alt at that point.
It puts you in the running, but it's also like for again, like niggas who don't know, like the way like the way we categorize music, it depends who this artist is. No matter how good or bad the song, it defines what category it's going in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we have like power so power is like the stuff that like the most powerful stuff. Like the Little Sims stuff started in like the new stuff because who knew Little Sims? Little Sims numbers expedited like grew, and we started, and she was on like shows performing all the shit, and then that la 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 that's a power. But then like Range Brothers, although that shit was in forever, it played so long, but it played very little.
So
I'm not thinking of it as like how we played on the station. I'm thinking of just alt in general. I
Mhm.
think that if you're just a rapper, just because you're underground, that'll make you alt.
But
Like,
also, you're talking about niggas that are like if you're underground because you're ass, then okay.
no. What if you
know.
just rap? What if you just rap?
But what I'm saying is like Jordan Lucas, with all due respect, is ass. So he's underground because
I know.
That
I
didn't feel
agree
very
with you.
respectful.
I
No,
agree with you.
what
But
I'm
that's,
saying
but
is
that's
he's not
music's
underground,
subjective, though.
but he's not underground because he's different. He's underground because he's ass.
Mm.
So if you're underground because your music's just not good enough, that's one thing.
But a couple
versus,
years ago,
like-
he was still newer though.
He was still ass though.
I agree, but there's some niggas that disagree.
That's
what I'm saying, there's some niggas that
but there's not
disagree.
enough niggas. That's why he's underground. He's underground because not enough niggas fuck with him because it's not because
I don't know.
this is different. I don't fuck with
kinda-
it.
Not a
I
lot of
kinda think
niggas
he
fucked
makes
with
good
Childish
music.
Gambino at that point
Because it was different.
until he dropped
Yeah,
because of the internet.
go away.
Because the internet is
away.
different.
Niggas didn't fuck with it because it was different though.
But because of the internet is different,
Y'all don't
and they
like
fucked
Joyner?
with it.
But
Stop
it.
Joyner's at.
You like Joyner?
You like country music and Joyner Lucas.
Joyner has
No,
like
no, 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 no,
one
no,
good
no,
joint.
no. I was gonna say I think I like 2 songs. That's it.
So Joyner
Nah,
has
nah.
one good
Nah,
joint.
Nah, that joint with Will Smith was fire.
2
When
songs.
Will Smith got on the
Yeah.
song with
Two-
Joyner,
he has a song with Will Smith. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
feeling like Will, and then Will came up like I make features, y'all do
Yeah.
features or whatever. That shit
Yeah.
was
That
crazy.
shit was big on social.
I'm not gonna
On
lie.
Instagram. I'm
He
good
has
off that.
two genuine tracks I bump with.
No, Joyner's ass though.
How big is Joyner's discography?
I don't know.
Actually, apparently he
Is
has.
it? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of an
I'm
underground
asking-
artist.
Apparently
that
has like
just
4 or
raps.
5 albums.
Compared to like
Well,
the two songs
Okay,
you
okay.
like.
Nick.
Albums, mixtapes, you know, it gets a little.
So
tricky.
Nick, do you know who Reason is?
Reason?
Yeah.
Like spoken reason?
No, like there's a rapper named Reason. Okay, no, you don't know who he is. I'm trying to think of an example now of a nigga who's underground.
I'm saying underground niggas. Okay, what I'll say is, if you're underground because you're ass, then you're not necessarily alt. But if you're underground because you're different, then you're alt. That's what I'm saying.
I
agree.
actually would agree with
That's the
that.
difference.
That summary.
Because some niggas are just ass. Like you're doing the same shit as other people, and you're just worse at it than the rest of the.
I agree.
I agree with that summary. I think that's
Population
actually a
niggas that are
perfect
rapping.
definition.
Like,
Let's
If
say
you're just
with
underground
Corday.
because
Corday's
people- yeah.
ass. So that's why niggas don't like fuck with him as much.
We don't like Corday either.
Corday's bad. No, Corday's garbage. That nigga is-
I fuck with some of his songs,
It's-
but he's
That song that he dropped,
I think he's
was it
kinda corny.
Super, the whatever one he just came back out with, that was good.
no, his
Sinister.
that's
Sinister.
ass.
We were
Sinister's
playing it.
really ass.
We play
Saying,
Sinister.
saying my
Nah,
flow
it was on Money
sinister.
Commute. That's not the one.
My flow sinister,
not the one I'm
Justice?
thinking of
Really?
at all.
That's fire.
This ain't rap,
All right.
but it's just straight literature.
Literature.
All right.
Sinister and literature. Rhyming those words.
This might be a
That nigga's corny, bro.
block shaker, but Kyle.
What
Kyle's
about
alt.
Super
Kyle's alt.
duper Kyle?
Kyle's corny, but he's alt.
At what point do people fall out of alt for being corny?
They're just ass.
Like, do you still get
Rapped on.
No, seriously, like, because like I've
just
been
went
thinking about
through
it, like
Jordan.
as we've been talking, like at what point is somebody like Chance, respectfully, after Big Day, I think was like teetering towards people like were very much, especially the people
There's
who
garbage niggas in alt.
But that's what I'm but like.
There's garbage niggas that are alts.
No.
At
But
some
they're
point, you
different
know-
and trash.
Because I feel like for most people, right, they consider alt to be like just different.
Yeah.
Like you're just doing something different than regular hip hop.
Tight.
But I think that would be like the general
basic,
definition
yeah.
if I were to like go around campus and be like, what do you think alt hip hop is?
Facts.
At what point is it like too different though? Like when do you teeter out of just being all hip hop and just being a weirdo?
You being ass, it's not because you're too different. It's because
No, I'm
you're turning into the norm.
But like what if
to
it's
me.
not ass? Like what if you're just teetering too much into like
It would have to be a different genre. It would have to just be a different genre.
So you
I
think
think,
'cause
that's,
niggas-
I think that's another subgenre of alt hip hop though.
So give me another. So give me an example of that. Who's ass?
Kyle.
Kyle's.
though.
I consider Kyle alt though.
But Kyle
I mean,
was
he's
never.
ass.
Kyle wasn't necessarily all either. Kyle was like, honestly, let me not say
He gave
pop,
me, like,
but
Will
like
Smith vibes,
basic.
so I
No,
digress.
he was pop actually. No, fuck it, he was pop.
Will Smith is
Was
alt.
I Spot?
I Spot's a
rap
pop
on
song.
I Spot.
Will Smith ain't alt.
Kind of.
Will Smith music was alt.
We need like a
It's alt, bro. What are you talking about? That's regular hip hop.
Wait, hear me out. We need like a nice
In
guy
West
alt
Philadelphia, born and
subgenre.
raised on the playground, he's
You know what?
rapping. Those are
We
all
need like a
bars.
nice guy genre.
So
for
Will
for
Smith's
alt.
not alt,
Like,
but
Like
people-
camp is.
throw summertime in there.
Literally,
Will
like,
Smith.
Wait.
because
So
summertime.
wait. So parents just don't understand it's just rap.
Yes,
but
he's rapping.
Backpackers is alt.
Listen to the niggas that were rapping at that
That's
same
just
time.
rap. It's just rap. Just because he's weird. it's
LL
still
was
rap.
doing the same shit. All the niggas was rapping the same.
I think LL Cool J is alt.
What the fuck?
I think LL Cool J
He
is
sounded
a
like all them
pioneer.
other niggas.
But I think he's a pioneer of that
all the
because
niggas in the 80s were
And
hip hop.
this comes back to the subgenres, right?
It was all the
Because I
same.
feel like the LL Cool J's, the Will Smiths, respectfully the Kyles, it's all. But they,
Stop. You didn't
yeah,
have to
nah,
do that.
Rissa, stop.
No way you
stop.
said LL Will Smith.
And respectfully,
Rissa, don't do
no,
that.
chill out me.
That was crazy.
LL Cool J, Will Smith. Let's just
Okay.
F Kyle.
Nah, that was crazy.
I was trying to throw it out there, see if y'all.
yeah,
see
she
if
threw
y'all-
respectfully in front of it.
I did.
It didn't work.
I said
We wasn't rocking with that.
No, seriously though, like LL Cool J, Will Smith, right? I feel like latter LL Cool J, not like beatboxing and my boy had the Adidas tracksuit.
true.
To be clear,
Bucket hat.
yeah, like
chain.
what is it? I like a girl with bamboo earrings. That
Uh-huh.
that LL Cool J,
Okay.
right? Because I have to specify because
Okay.
he definitely transformed.
Yeah.
Him, Will Smith. I feel like that's a subgenre because they're alt, but like.
They're not alt. They made songs that everyone loved.
But I
that sounded like
I could get with them being alt,
So
but
you
I feel
think-
like they're not what I imagine for like that's definitely a sub.
Now?
Like
So you
the
think
nice
just-
guy, the smooth silk like rap type of thing, that needs to be like its own alt.
LL
So
just,
because niggas fucked with it though, it
LL
didn't
just
make it
looked
alt.
good.
You can be alt and popular, nigga.
Yeah.
alt does not mean just underground.
No, but I'm saying LL Cool J sounded like the rest of the group of niggas.
So he sounded like Run
Even if it's
DMC.
underground, though, niggas.
So LL Cool J sound like Run DMC.
But see,
Is that what
He
you're
just
saying?
looked good.
Run
That's
DMC,
it.
LL
For
Cool J, I
people.
think is different though.
It's the flow. It's his flow.
Nah,
just flow.
but
It
Run
wasn't,
DMC,
like-
LL Cool J is different because then that's what I'm talking about. That's
Run
the
DMC
LL
is
Cool
rap.
J when he was like in the Adidas tracksuits with the hat.
Also, if I'm keeping it a stack,
I'm talking about like
A
I Need
little
Love,
different.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like Will Smith, but more so for LL. At that time, rap was so early on that niggas, there was no alt because we didn't even really know what rap or hip hop was at that
That's
time.
why.
So you can't say that the nigga was
That's-
alt when he was part of the pioneers of the entire shit of
That's
hip-hop.
why I say I'd use the word pioneer, because you go back to there was no nigga sounding like Childish Gambino. He was a pioneer. I'd say the same thing to Childish Gambino. Because if you look at niggas today, like Drake, Tory Lanez, niggas are rapping and singing. I think without LL Cool J, I think he set the trend for that. Who's
But-
one of the niggas who set the trend
Yeah.
for that?
But
Actually,
he set the trend
I
for
agree.
hip hop as a whole.
No.
Like
No.
niggas did not. There was when
LL Cool J
LL
was on that track like I Need Love.
no, but when LL started rapping, there was not a clear definition
That was,
of
a,
what.
that was a nasty impression.
I'm just saying, like,
But when
Yeah.
LL started rapping,
and
there
then
was not a
started
clear.
rapping.
But there was not a clear definition of what rap was at that time when LL started rapping.
But-
Run DMC was doing Walk This Way with Aerosmith, doing rock shit at that time. Like niggas were cultivating a definition of
But
rap and hip
again,
hop.
we're
So
we're
you
doing
can't say
two,
that that's
still
we're
call
doing
them-
two
still call
different
them
versions of
pioneers,
LL Cool J.
huh?
I think in
I
hindsight,
said
you can call
again,
them.
we're doing two different versions of LL Cool J. We
But
can't
it's still
talk
LL.
about no, because LL Cool J when he was in the Adidas suit and he's with
Yeah.
Run DMC
Yeah, he was
is
a
like,
nigga like that.
one. Then you have like Around the Way Girl, I
Mhm.
Need Love, LL Cool J. They're two different people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's LL.
Because he technically
evolving as
pioneered
an artist.
twice. No, because he pioneered basically twice. He was with the Run DMC era when it was like niggas like doing beatboxing and cardboard splits and shit.
Facts.
And then he did it again when he incorporated the singing and the rapping.
He evolved.
It's literally two
yeah,
different people.
but he's already
he-
LL. When you're already LL, you can do other shit. That's not like.
yeah, but it's different when you contribute to two different cultures.
But niggas he already had the stain of being
'Cause
LL Cool J. That's
to
why
be
he could do that
honest,
shit.
Run DMC, LL Cool J, like that era was like hip hop.
Yeah.
When he switched over to singing, that was alt.
But he was already LL.
So?
Like, he was already a nigga
Yeah,
that.
but
So
just
what?
because you're already LL, that's hip hop LL Cool J. This is alt hip hop
Yeah.
LL Cool
But
So
I feel
what,
like
bro?
I feel like it's not all if like
If you made it already.
you already a nigga that we fuck with. So now you're allowed to experiment and do some
But
shit.
Kanye
and
West
niggas
is-
gonna fuck with that anyway.
Kanye is Kanye.
But Kanye started off already on some alt shit.
Nah.
So
I
you're
disagree.
saying what you come in with is like what
I
you're stuck
disagree.
with?
What I'm saying is like it's very different between like, okay, I'm coming in with this new sound and niggas aren't really fucking with it, or maybe they do, maybe they don't, versus I came in like a regular nigga, and now that they fuck with me, now I'm gonna try some different shit because I have the stain to do that.
But I think
because
that's-
niggas already fuck with me.
Kanye
There's a difference.
Kanye wasn't doing anything really new. He just had crazy beats.
Nah, it was different. It was
His
different.
production
Jesus
was just
Walks was
top,
different.
His production was just top tier.
Jesus Walks was different.
But I think it's-
Through the Wire was different.
I don't think so.
Are you implying that like their first album is like not their first necessarily, but like the album that we like first know and love them for is kind of what the category they're stuck in?
I'm saying
'Cause
like
I disagree.
I'm saying like okay, right? Like take for example, let's say Travis Scott dropped a rock album right now. Like,
okay.
let's say it
Well,
was a
he's
rock
already
album.
teetering like in the rock world.
Or
but
like,
yeah.
or let's say you dropped a country album. Travis drops a country album.
Okay.
Dropping a country album now after you're already Travis Scott is very different than dropping a country album on your first project.
What if he-
because niggas already have the stain of, oh, I fuck with Travis as an artist.
But
So
what if-
anything he drops,
But what if he
there's
contributes
niggas.
to that culture significantly?
But there's niggas that no matter what Travis drops is gonna say that's fire. When LL's dropping music after he's already established, no matter there were people, because obviously he has a fan base,
Yeah.
that no matter what he drops is gonna say LL's fire.
But it's
So you
different when
can't,
you're like
like-
physically. I feel like it's different when you're physically contributing to that culture. Like this isn't gonna like obviously touch with this table, but like Taylor Swift started off as a country like.
What you mean? I fuck with Taylor.
Just let her finish. Let her finish.
Taylor Swift started off as
I'm
like a country icon, right? Like song she was making, it was like
Facts.
popular for people who weren't even listening to country, right? Like it contributed to like kind of playing with the fact that you could kind of be like, you know, a little bit in the pop world. Then
Right.
she completely switched over to pop, right? And then contributed to that. I feel like that's LL Cool J. Like he was hip hop to me, like almost completely hip hop, and then he made a direct contribution to alt.
You don't agree?
I'm not saying that he didn't contribute to alt. I'm just saying like you can't call LL an alt hip hop artist. I don't think that makes sense. LL is like,
I feel like because he
A
stayed on
hip-hop
that journey,
artist.
I think because some of his music is all I consider him alt.
but he's like, what I'm saying is LL's bigger than alt. That's my point.
but he
Like,
stayed.
so?
I feel like
So
it
is
also. I
Kanye
feel like
West.
it also affects like, let's say you do a one-off album, because remember we said everybody gets a throwaway album, right? Okay,
Yeah.
your throwaway album, you want to make Travis wants to make the rock shit, cool. You know, God bless.
right.
If he stays in rock though, that's different.
But like again, I just feel like when you're talking about certain niggas that are like bigger than low key bigger than the genre of hip hop as a whole, because LL's like almost at that line where he's like
I don't think so.
as far as like a pioneer of hip hop as a whole, LL is there. So like putting him in as an alt hip hop artist just doesn't make sense to me.
That's why I think
when he's like,
I disagree with you. I think alt is broad like that. I think Drake would be alt. I think even Eminem. I think
Drake was alt until alt became like the
Mainstream.
thing. Yeah, Drake basically
But I feel like
changed the definition of alt to me.
I feel like you're saying Drake was alt until basically the definition that like you're bumping with was like concrete.
No, Drake was alt, and then niggas started fucking with Drake, and then niggas wanted to sound like Drake, and then that was the main thing to do. So it's not alt anymore if that's the main thing to do. If that's the way to
But
get
you
put
can
on.
be popular and a trendsetter and still be alt.
If it's different,
Because your argument is that Childish Gambino was a trendsetter, right?
yes.
And he's now popular.
I get what Nick's trying to
He's
say
not,
though,
but
because now sounding like Drake is kind of the norm.
it's not different anymore.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean,
alt.
even
but
still,
alt
to
doesn't have to it doesn't have to necessarily specify that you can't be what people want to continue to do.
If I pull up and I'm like, oh, Drake did all this. Drake's the biggest shit in the world. Everyone wants to sound like Drake, and I try to sound like Drake. I'm not alt. I'm not making alt music. I'm making the normal.
yeah, but I mean, at what point then? Because then we're all falling into that cat. Like, at what point is there a definition of what alt in general,
Yeah.
what alt hip hop is?
Because the difference is like, okay, let's say there's a nigga that I make this type of music and it's different. And niggas fuck with me because it's different. But niggas can't just like be me.
But see,
You
I
know
don't
what I mean? Like,
I don't think
niggas
that
can't
works
just
though
imitate
because
the
right,
style.
we're talking about pioneers of alt, right? And you're saying that if you like see Drake and you're like, I want to make music like Drake, now you're not alt, right?
Mhm.
But if I'm influenced by Childish Gambino,
Childish
I
is
could still be alt.
But Childish is still not the norm. His style of music is still not the norm.
I low key agree with Nick saying just because I think when we talk about alt, I think we're thinking alternative from what rap used to be. I think rap is in a different place now where
Exactly.
that just rap isn't the norm anymore. I think the norm today is rapping while being melodic,
Niggas
while
will-
doing this, while doing that.
Niggas will call Benny alt these days. Like,
Nah, I think Benny's a rapper.
but I'm saying like, it's niggas would say that because it's not the norm.
So is your
anymore.
example specifically for Drake?
I'm saying
Like the fact that
Anytime-
you can't
no,
redo someone's sound and then still be alt?
you can't redo the normal sound, like the status quo sound.
So
It
you're saying
happens to be
because Drake
right
is
now.
status quo?
Yeah, it happens to be Drake right
Okay.
now. But whoever the status quo is, like niggas coming after 50 trying to sound like 50, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's
So
the
you're
norm.
saying just because specifically Drake kind of like redefined the status
yeah,
quo?
yeah. Drake
Okay.
Drake transcended
Then
alt
yeah,
to the
then
point
yeah,
where
I get it.
now it's his shit.
I thought you were saying like because Drake made a sound and someone else copied it, now they're not.
No,
alt.
no,
I'm
no.
gonna be like,
If you
that
copy a
doesn't
sound,
work.
if you copy a sound that's still not the norm, it's alt.
So, in the context of of movies, right?
Sure.
Jordan Peele makes horror, fair to say horror
Right,
films
right.
that aren't the norm,
Sure.
right?
for sure.
So if niggas start making shit that if niggas start making the Get Outs and the Us's and what's the new one? Nope.
Right.
Does that
Did that come out yet?
no
July.
from
right?
July?
July.
Oh yeah.
Does that
I'm
make
out to see
them
that.
alt too, or does that make now all these niggas
Maybe-
or just make horror movies?
It,
No, that's really
it
like
depends.
an alt movie category too.
It depends on how much they pop off. If like the first couple niggas that bite, yeah, sure, they're still alt. But once now the norm is
Now
these
it's
Jordan
now
Peele
there it's a
movies.
category.
So yeah, so in like
but Jordan Peele still is the Drake in this situation. He's still the one that set that tone.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Jordan Peele. Okay.
yeah,
I
but
get
then
that,
at a
I get
certain
that.
point, if you're doing the shit that everybody's
I
doing,
understand.
it's not
Nah,
like
I was gonna say I actually get that reference because it's like if you were making like before rom-coms were popular and people were like making thousands of them,
facts.
the first person to do it probably was considered like an alternative movie maker
Mhm.
versus now like
Now-
rom-coms is its own damn category.
I do agree with
Okay,
him there.
I get-
it's
agree.
now
Yeah.
exactly. You can
Com
do
majors.
some shit.
Had to put it in
Exactly.
context.
You
Had
can
to
do
put
some
it in
shit that
context.
transcends
Because
so much.
Even the 90s hip hop, you think of Big Pop, niggas like that.
Mhm.
MF Doom was there back then. That'd probably be alt
Okay,
just because
okay.
it was different.
Wait,
or
you know what?
even
Hold on.
Wu-Tang.
Great example. I'm about to put you on. NWA when they dropped, that was alt at the time. Because
Until-
niggas were not talking about fuck the
until everybody
police,
started making
we
those
shooting niggas, all
Public
that.
Enemy.
I agree.
That's alt. And then you get your Pox, you get
Yeah.
Biggs, you get, like niggas start evolving and that's the norm. Now NWA is no longer
Yeah, I agree with you.
alt,
Yeah, I want to move away from this because we've been talking about this for a long time. But I'll leave it like this. I think that we have done a good job here at BNR defining kind of what we think all is
And winning awards for it.
and winning awards for. You see that
Preach.
banner back there if watching on YouTube. So I do think that we have our own definition of it, I guess. But I think that I don't even think we should say alt then. I think there should be different subgenres of hip hop because I don't think that Benny the Butcher, Playboi Carti, Tyler the Creator, Brockhampton should be all one category. I think that they're all different types of niggas. I think it's different types of music.
Will Smith, LL Cool J, Kyle,
oh my God.
Stop it.
I'll be honest with you, when I brought y'all on, I did not think we'd be talking about Kyle as much as we did.
No, because didn't Kyle go to Seton Hall or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she fucking with Kyle.
Get your alumni out of this.
That nigga Kyle is garbage.
He performed though.
It's still garbage.
Yeah, but I mean, music is music though.
I saw him
Honestly,
live.
If we're keeping it real with you, like we
live.
don't have to label shit. Like great music is just great music.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, if
agree.
if someone's black, they're gonna be hip hop.
I agree.
In people's
Yeah,
eyes.
frankly.
Shame.
Or at the very
Or
least,
R&B.
Khalid.
Unless you're singing.
Khalid.
Unless
Yeah, I
you're
was just
singing.
saying it's hip hop and R&B.
No, Khalid's
Yeah.
R&B.
you getting
facts.
one of them. You getting one of them. For
But it's
sure.
also-
Because we had that conversation. If Adele was black, she'd be R&B.
for sure.
I think Adele low key is still R&B.
They do put her in the R&B category.
Niggas can make that
But
argument.
I think it's
Do
because-
they?
on Apple Music?
Niggas could low
On
key.
Apple Music?
on Apple Music.
Niggas could low.
Adele is sorry, go ahead.
No, I just say
Let me
niggas could low key
reconfirm.
say
Hold
Adele is R&B. I'm not mad at niggas saying Adele's R&B.
Everything that Adele makes is R&B.
Honestly,
actually.
though, like no
Because
funny.
then, like-
yeah, as an Adele stand from
Actually,
her 19
yeah.
albums
So then,
to
like-
right now, it actually is all.
Because Beyonce's made similar songs to Adele.
So then with some of the like a lot of
Beyonce, niggas don't talk about it. Beyonce has range.
so then with like
Beyonce
Fendi.
different types of music.
Fendi.
with 2016 and on like after like what do you mean? Like would Justin Bieber be considered like
R&B,
hip
yeah.
hop R&B?
No.
Justin Bieber has
Yeah.
Justin Bieber could be R&B.
At a different time, we really need to discuss what's the time length before you lose your title for certain
But
categories.
also again,
because,
but
like-
wait,
Because
actually,
I feel like after you teeter to like if Travis were to make that rock album and he was doing that jump for 3 years,
He ain't
respectfully,
making no rock.
he out the
No.
rapper category.
but
for
wait,
me.
but to your Bieber point, this goes back to what I was saying about
Bieber's a
LL.
rapper.
But this,
right? Intentions?
DUI Bieber's a rapper.
this is what this goes back to what I was saying about LL though. Like it's very different when you put out like One Less Lonely Girl and One Time and Never Say Never and all
Baby,
that.
yeah.
And then now you want to start being like, if I was your boyfriend, da da da.
And then like
Now-
Beauty and the Beat, what
Yeah.
do you mean?
But like once you've already established yourself as a pop star, and now you want to dabble into some like other shit.
I
That's
think it's-
different than like
only reason I think
coming out the gate
LL
like
is
that.
so different is because like if you look at his like him as an artist, right? Like he definitely has like two different audiences.
no,
Like for sure. Because I have like people like my mom who's like a little bit older than my aunt, like maybe like 10-year difference, I think,
Mm-hmm.
who like is LL Cool J when Run DMC with those Adidas tracksuits,
Yeah.
right? And then you have my aunt who is staunchly like LL Cool J when he was like, I need love taking his shirt off at the shows.
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is
Like,
different.
He's literally like, he's an example to me of somebody who's like two completely different. And he has plenty of albums in both categories.
Yeah, my only point is just like for Bieber, yeah, Bieber made R&B music and shit, but like low key, when you're that big, as big as he was, it's
I get it.
automatically
you
like
get some experimenting room.
the
You
nigga.
do.
Bieber could have dropped Whoop Diddy Scoop, and niggas would have been like, "This shit is fire." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
When you
it
reach a
did.
certain
didn't
level-
work out for Chance the
There
Rapper.
you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like when you reach a certain level, you can just kind of like
I see what you're saying.
experimenting is not as like you don't get credit like for being alt to me.
So then where does Bieber fall now to you?
Still a pop star. Like
I think
It's
Bieber
just
could
pop.
fall in different
Yeah.
genres too.
it's still
I think
it's still pop.
I think honestly we should just do it by song. If we're being honest,
Yeah.
maybe not just by artist.
Yeah, because you got like we said, yeah, you
'Cause
got the
I-
Baby that
Yeah,
era.
I think certain niggas can make certain people today in today's music have range like that where they could pull off Drake could pull up just a rap song, then he could pull up an R&B song.
Drake
he could pull up a
different.
pop
But I
record.
think it's
Drake's
'cause
not.
now-
Drake is a culture vulture. That's
I
a
was
bad
about to say, yeah,
example.
Drake different.
It's
Drake
more
can do that.
acceptable now to teeter in different things.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
before, I don't think. I mean, you know, Jay-Z is an amazing person. I think I'm gonna just use Biggie actually instead. If Biggie was coming out with reggae tracks,
That should have been
I
fire.
think
Should have been fire.
people would have very much been like, "What the hell is going on?"
Jay-Z
You know what
doing
I'm
a
saying?
reggae track is disgusting. But Snoop Lion put out a reggae album
But did
and
we
won a
listen to
Grammy.
it?
Niggas don't
we
fuck
listen
with.
to that?
Niggas don't fuck
No.
with Snoop like that.
No.
Respectfully,
Hmm?
I'm not gonna lie.
See, all right.
Is
See,
he still Snoop Lion?
no.
nah,
He
Niggas
dropped
don't-
it, right?
I want to turn to that too
niggas
because
don't fuck with Snoop like that. Let's be real.
Nick does not like
The
West Coast.
I was gonna
niggas.
say respectfully.
Because-
he
Every
hates
single
the
West Coast nigga is ass.
So you
except
don't like West
Kendrick.
Coast because I know
Except
because
Kendrick.
the main
So
thing
you
I
don't
want
like
to
the
talk
Mason
about.
Dixon line or West Coast?
No, anything. Okay, New York, Chicago, Lil Baby. That's it.
So all right. So
Little baby gets
the main
special
thing I
honors.
want to talk about is you said you've been adamant about not liking Tupac.
Ass.
So
Respectfully,
you think he's
RIP.
ass?
Yes.
That I think that's crazy.
I don't like niggas that get credit for like a he's getting credit for being a hypocrite. Ooh, yeah. First it's like hate the ladies and make the babies, da da da. Then it's the bitches and hoes and da da da. So it's like
I don't think
I don't give a fuck,
it's
bro.
fair to call someone trash because they're a hypocrite. Because
Why?
I think a good bulk of these artists
Rappers
are living,
be lying,
breathing
bro.
hypocrites.
Niggas can lie, but if we fuck with you because of your content, because that's what niggas say about Tupac. Oh, he wasn't the best, this, that, but his content, da 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 da. If that's what we fuck with you for, and you're a hypocrite, then I.
Tupac makes great music.
I think if we're speaking about hypocrites,
Where, nigga?
Kendrick
You're
Lamar is a
crazy.
hypocrite.
Stop it.
Kendrick Lamar is a hypocrite.
You're out your mind.
Why do you think so?
Kendrick. Now, granted, to Pimp a Butterfly, I can't necessarily,
That's what I'm saying.
Let's do it all the way through. You'll get it. But Kendrick Lamar is a hypocrite, though.
How?
He has tracks where he's literally talking about empowering yourself.
Yes.
Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yes.
And then in other tracks talking about like, oh, I'd kill a nigga down
Hold
the street.
on.
Like, if
But
the
you
same
said
niggas
that. You hear me out. Kendrick is self-aware as a motherfucker. In the Black of the Berry, that same song, he said, "Why would I weep while Trayvon Martin cried in the street when gang banging made me kill a nigga
But
blacker
Tupac
than me?"
does the same
He was
thing.
self-aware. Tupac, and also niggas don't fuck with Kendrick because he's a like woke nigga. Like,
Who
yeah,
fuck
sure,
with
that's
Kendrick?
part of it.
Tupac was
I'm
self-aware
saying
too.
that's not why though. Niggas don't fuck with Kendrick because he's this revolutionary nigga.
But
Kendrick's
no,
just fire.
if you listen to no one today, I'm not putting Tupac with Malcolm X.
Niggas
But-
do that. What do you mean?
I think they used to. I think
Niggas
now
still
they
do
don't.
that.
You can appreciate him without putting him on
Tupac's
this
a part
pedestal.
of Black History Month.
He is.
Niggas be like, oh
So
yeah,
is
Tupac
Biggie, though.
Shakur.
But yeah, bro. Black
They
excellence,
put
bro.
both of them in there.
But Tupac, if you listen to Tupac interviews,
In a different way.
Tupac was self-aware too because niggas asked him,
Yeah.
how could you make a song called Brendan's Got a Baby and then make a song, called I Get Around?
Yeah.
I think he know what the fuck he was doing. He was about black empowerment, but he was also about having fun, being a nigga.
I just feel like Pac's music was not as like this masterpiece that people say it is. Like
I think lyrically he wasn't
Yeah.
the best. Okay, lyrically he's
No.
not top tier, but I think that he makes up for it in other areas.
I think for the time he was in, though, he was.
no,
Like, I think we're judging someone based off of
Cube washes.
I think
Ice
personally,
Cube
Can I even-
washes Tupac.
washes Tupac, and we're talking bars,
lyrically,
Cube.
writing.
maybe.
It's not even fucking close.
Washes
It's not
Tupac.
even fucking close.
No.
I don't want to shit on West Coast, but I
No.
think lyrically, East Coast really shitted on them niggas.
All those
lyrically,
I agree.
because East Coast you got Nas,
Jay,
Big L, J, Mobb Deep.
I think
Biggie.
we
Yeah.
needed somebody from the West Coast on this panel.
No, we don't. Them niggas are ass.
No, because seriously though, I
it's too
think
sunny out there.
we're speaking lyrically as in
Niggas don't know.
Nasty
We're
nigga.
speaking-
Niggas don't know what it's like.
we're speaking lyrically
to wear
based
coats.
off. I feel like most people speak off lyrically based off their connection to certain songs, right? And like how they're receiving it. I think Tupac for his music for the time that people, especially like that were living in the West Coast at that time in his area, that shit hit different for them.
Maybe it did, but at the same time, like the fact that it's even a debate, Tupac and Biggie, is fucking ridiculous to me. Like the fact
I
that
don't
that's
think it's
even
that
a debate-
ridiculous.
A debate. Biggie is so versatile. And
So was
actually-
Tupac.
No, bro. Tupac's a better actor than he's a
How
rapper.
is Biggie so versatile?
What did he do that was so transcending?
Biggie?
That was
Biggie-
Chris.
What did he do? First of all, there is no Hove without Biggie.
Okay,
That's just facts.
there's
No,
no,
that is facts.
There's
That's
no
facts.
Kendrick without Tupac.
Yes, the fuck there is.
No, there isn't.
There's no
What are
Kendrick
y'all
without
chatting
Tupac.
about? Stop
There's
it.
no
Stop
Kendrick
it.
without
Stop
Tupac.
it. Stop it.
I think everyone.
But what I'm saying is Biggie had songs about killing niggas. He had songs about dealing drugs. And then he also had songs about the downside of it. Like, I don't want to live no more.
Tupac ain't have range.
But it's how he fucking did it. He made it actually good. Like the music was good. The lyricism
So
was
because
good.
you don't like Tupac,
Like
No, I think you can't say he's
don't
ass.
get,
You just don't like him.
You don't
I
get
was saying
points.
you just don't like him.
You don't get participation trophies though, in my eyes. Like, okay, you tried to make like
there
I
was
guess
no
inspirational
try.
shit.
He executed it.
It's
So
not
much so that niggas
good,
were
though.
beefing regionally.
Niggas were beefing regionally, and also like I don't know, some shit's just corny to me. Like Hit 'Em Up, like niggas adore
Don't
that
do that.
song.
Because Hit 'Em Up is literally a banger.
That's an amazing
corny,
Hit 'Em
song.
Up is
though.
a banger.
It's
one of the
corny.
greatest
He
diss tracks of
literally
all time.
he got into the studio and literally was like, since you have so much to say,
But there's no bars.
You're crazy.
what bars aren't in there?
He said, "Fuck your bitch and the clique you claim." Okay, cool.
Where's the rest
like,
of the song?
He's saying "fuck you." He's saying, "I fucked your girl." Fuck you, like bitch ass nigga. Like
Nah,
he's not saying
he's rapping on that.
shit. Like,
It's
Did
lines here
Biggie
and
not
there.
make a diss track back?
not really.
We know that for a fact because I'm pretty sure there is.
No, he didn't.
Who shot you?
Who
Who
shot
shot
you?
you was first, actually.
Who
No.
shot you was first.
Who
And
Shot You was first.
he
Who
wrote
Shot You
Who
was
Shot You before Tupac even got shot.
That's true.
So like, Biggie didn't give a fuck about that. Biggie was making good music.
Now we the representatives for Biggie's
No,
mindset. Biggie
Pac,
didn't
no,
give a fuck
hit him
about
up,
Pac.
hit him up. There was lines here and there that were good. It's like back to back, bro. It's not like
No, stop. Back to back had double entendres.
Stop.
What do you mean?
Back to back is cool.
Back to back like we on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like I'm Jordan 96, 97. Like he's barring niggas the whole song.
That's cool.
Like
I don't see that how that's much better than hit him up.
I don't.
because he's actually saying things that
I think I think hit him up was more effective.
in
Truly.
sixth grade, I could say the same shit Tupac said to hit him up. Literally the same shit.
I just think it doesn't.
Fuck you.
I think that
Like-
Tupac doesn't resonate with you because this whole the self-righteous thing, the
That shit
black
corny.
empowerment. You think it's unauthentic. You don't think it's,
No,
you
I don't think he gave a
was-
fuck about black people. I think he gave a
parents
fuck
were
about selling music to black
Literally
people.
Black Panthers.
That's great for his
Literally.
parents. That's not him. I think
Yeah,
he,
but that it's a different mindset. Like he's being raised part in the in his climate, right? And obviously went to a life of gang. I'm not his representative, but also being raised by Black Panthers, that is a key factor because you can easily be conflicted between this is what I know I want from my people and this is how I'm acting, which was his music.
I think
I
that,
get around, but y'all should uplift each other.
I think that Pac.
You can do that.
I think that Pac made music that he thought he could sell. I think he cared
No.
about selling music to black people.
No.
I don't think he really gave a fuck about the quote unquote.
No.
actual
Nah.
culture.
His
I have to
songs
disagree with
literally,
you.
I disagree.
I just
disagree
feel like,
completely.
and the music, it's just like, again, it's
So
not.
do you get that just from the music?
It's that, and like, I don't know, it's not memorable to me. Like the shit that Biggie says, the music,
I can't.
it's memorable to me to this day. Like, I
Have
hear
you
Pac
seen
shit.
like Tupac interviews?
Yeah, occasionally. Like the one thing I saw the one where he was talking about like the riots, and he was like, the first time, like if you lock me out of a hotel, the first time I'm gonna be like, hey, please let me in. The next week I'm gonna be a little more aggressive and shit. Like he has cool shit that he talks about, which I get. But my thing is, as a actual artist, I feel like niggas
But it's-
overrate him based off his death.
It's not cool shit when it's literally like you putting your life on record, to be honest. And to me, like listening to his interviews and like him in one interview, like first of all, we're not going to pretend like he ain't have mental health issues too, but him,
Everyone does.
yeah, but like, and same with Kendrick, like him coming in and like obviously having tracks where he's just like, look, like fuck her, fuck this, like anybody can get it. This is how I come. This is how we live in, right? And then him having tracks was just like they have money to feed the poor, but like what the fuck is going
Kendrick's-
like you don't have money for, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was putting how he felt about things on pen on paper on a track, and I don't think you can count that as inauthentic because people around him were living that same lifestyle and resonating with it.
My point is though that you can, no matter what the content is, like Kendrick makes this content, right? About, Black Panther stuff, but then also I'm in the field doing whatever. At the same time though, there's bars in there, there's double entendres, there's full bodies of work that I can say, okay, this is a story that he's telling. Duckworth, one of the best storytelling songs ever.
I agree.
Tupac.
So is Brendan's
Is-
Got a Baby.
So even if
Brenda's Got a Baby is a good track.
It is. It is.
I
we're
feel like you
talking
just
about
don't like
Brenda
Tupac.
Got a Baby and Duckworth as even almost the same
We
level
wouldn't
as far
have
as
Duckworth without
lyricism,
Brenda's Got a Baby, and that's on
As far
purpose.
as lyricism, yeah, because Kendrick's better lyrically. But that doesn't mean that's a bad storytelling song. Wet Dreams and Duckworth are both great storytelling songs. Lyrically, obviously, Duckworth's better because Kendrick's
Lyrically-
better lyrically.
Lyrically though, that's close to me. Wet Dreams and Duckworth. Cole
Nah,
has
Wet Dreams
bars,
is pretty simple bars, though.
Yeah.
Same thing as Brendan's Got a Baby. They're simple bars, but they're still effective.
but I've also seen Cole get crazy with bars. Pac
Pac has gotten crazy with bars.
Pac never wooed me with some shit.
I feel like he just doesn't touch you, but that doesn't
It's
make him
just not.
trash.
I'm calling
like-
him trash.
like-
Niggas can like him. Niggas can enjoy Pac.
No,
To you.
I've been there. I've been there.
That nigga's
I feel like
ass.
that meme
No.
for you.
I feel that.
He's
I've been
trash for
there.
you.
I've heard an artist and like I just be like, I don't get it. Like I don't get the
But I
hype.
think you can.
It's very rare. Like there's niggas that I'm like, I don't like them, but I get why people like them. Pac's not one of those niggas to me.
I feel like that's like I don't know. I think you can call somebody trash. Like I can feel like somebody's trash, but I wouldn't be like
He's not like
I
Jordan
can
Lucas
be like
trash.
I don't like this artist, but
Like-
I don't think this person is trash. I think there's a complete difference.
I
You
think
saying
that
an artist is trash is different. You being like, yeah, personally, I don't get down with Tupac. I don't fuck with him.
if
That's different.
if I'm chilling in the car and somebody's playing Tupac, I'd be like, yo, skip that. Like I'm not. It's just not. It doesn't do anything for me at all. Like at all. I don't get it.
I think Pac was a gangster, And I think he had range, and I think he talked about some shit that other niggas back in the day didn't talk about. So I respect that. If you don't think he did it for good reasons, then maybe not.
I think Pac was just.
I think we can't interpret.
Yeah, I think he was authentic. Just seeing interviews from him and stuff. I think he meant
people
all that
around
shit.
him.
I think Pac was just the least pussy nigga out of all the West Coast niggas.
I disagree.
I think he was the nigga that was like, oh, they're making music, I'm making music. I'm gonna fuck about what they gotta say, and I'm just gonna be outside. Try me. I think that's why he.
I think he was just
popped off the way he
himself. To
did.
be honest, I think his authenticity is why people fuck with him.
Oh, no.
Because he didn't try to camouflage like his personality. I mean, he could have easily just made gangbanger hits. Respectfully,
I think there's
could've
If he did
easily
that,
just did.
maybe we have a conversation.
I
because
think-
that's not who he was, though.
I think Tupac is one of the most interesting artists probably of all time, bro. I think that honestly,
He had an interesting ideology and thought process.
I honestly think that him talking about like the empowerment of black people and just society and stuff like that was genuine. I just think that he was through a hood nigga, and I think that he was around. I think he was around the wrong people, and I think that he realized early on, kind of like what you said, that being a gangster is what sold at the time. So I think he was like, I'm gonna stick with being this. I think he's like, I'm gonna stick with being the nigga in Juice. But I think he just tried to play both sides.
I just feel like if you want to be a gangster, make gangster music, and that's it. That's cool.
I
Why
don't, though,
are you
because I don't
limiting him?
I don't
Why are you
think-
limiting Tupac, bro?
Yeah, I don't think you should have to stick into it, because then at that point, like, it comes into like we were talking about with the artists, like they want to teeter now that they made their they're in their sophomore year of like excellence. Like, you shouldn't have to stick to one thing.
Yeah.
If you have a
I'm-
story to tell
no,
for
no.
something, I think honestly you should just go do it.
No,
Like,
I think make the music that you're the best at.
no, because then at that point you are just doing it because it sells. If he just made gangster music, now he's definitely just doing that.
But he's
shit
still
'cause
a
it's
gangster.
fame.
Just talk about the shit that.
No, because it's not who you. Now you're doing it for records. You're definitely doing it for
No,
records.
but it's like, all right, boom. If I make this song and this is me, and this is a 10 out of 10, and I make this song and this is also me, but it's a 6 out of 10, I'm just gonna make the 10s.
But there
I
can
don't need
be
to also make 6s.
there can be different versions of me though, which is where I think
chance.
Tupac comes in.
But you present your best self to the masses.
But
you don't need to
for the
present
record,
other
just because it's
versions.
not his best self for you, but those were his best selves for other people. Not everybody was in
So-
West Coast resonating with his gangbanger hits, but they resonated with the I Get Around. They resonated with the, like, we have to make sure you protect your mom.
Yeah.
They resonated with the Brenda's Got a Baby.
I
Because
get
those
around.
were also his stories.
The fact that I Get Around and Keep Your Head Up is on the same project shows you right there
That
who Tupac
song
was.
is
No,
trash.
because-
You're crazy,
Keep
bro.
your head up,
bro.
No, you're crazy.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just like.
Yeah, I
you
think
know how
you're
you be
judging
saying,
him in
you know how
body.
you be saying you enjoy negativity?
Yeah.
I think that in music, I feel like
Nah, Phil.
if
bro.
I want to hear Keep Your Head Up, I'll listen to Kirk Franklin.
That can't be.
I
though.
want to hear
because no,
you feel me? Like,
that can't be because you like To Pimp a Butterfly,
yes, but
and
he's
you
also
have I and You on the same album.
and he but again, Kendrick is a different
He's a
thing
different artist.
For you.
because it's actually good though.
But what
outside of that,
For you, it's actually good for you, but
like he's
it's different.
rapping well
Because you have both of those, no, because it's like the same architecture. You have Keep Your Head Up and you have I Get Around, the same project, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty much the equivalent of Kendrick in one song basically being like, oh, like loving you is complicated.
Right.
And then coming back and being like, I love myself.
right.
He's going through different things in the same album. Like, yeah, I get around, but at the same time, he's like, look, just because this is my lifestyle, I chose this. I can't get out. I'm already in this gang lifestyle. I still want the rest of y'all to keep your head up, which is the same thing as Kendrick being like, loving you is complicated, but also at the same time being like, look,
I think it is range, but it is a little low-key hypocritical too. Because it's funny how he's like, yeah, I'm gonna treat you like shit. You a hoe, but keep your head up.
No, facts.
Keep
No,
your head up though.
here's the difference,
A
though.
good nigga will come around, not me, but be easy.
And also, here's what you're missing, right? Again, there's a difference between content and then actual skill, right? So you can even make the argument, if you want to make the argument that Kendrick was a bit hypocritical there, sure, maybe they were both hypocritical content-wise, but the skill level in
Makes up
I
for it?
and You is so much better than fucking Keep Your Head Up that, yes, it makes up for it.
I think you're also comparing skill level to respectfully like a certain time period.
What do you
Like
mean?
at the time, again, what Tupac was doing.
Tupac was not better than the niggas at his time either. Again,
Disagree.
Big's better.
To you.
You think Pac's better than Biggie?
So you mean lyrically?
You think Pac's better than Biggie?
I respectfully can't compare either better than the other because I think their sounds were for their area. You were talking about regional. I think that's a perfect example of regional. Biggie shit hit here,
Nah,
but
Biggie
it wasn't
did.
carrying in the West.
Biggie did Who Shot Ya in LA. He performed that and it hit in LA.
But at that point, they were still cool. So he has Tupac and the rest of the LA niggas behind him. Then we fuck with him.
They could be cool,
as
but
soon as they weren't cool anymore, now we not backing you up. So now you're not performing in LA.
Yeah, but that's not because the music's bad. That's because it's not safe. That's different.
No, it's because you had LA people backing up Biggie. Especially back then, like, we not iPhone, we not Apple Music. Niggas aren't sharing your shit
Like, yo,
regionally. So you have LA niggas bringing Biggie to LA and being like, yo, this is our boy, we love him, da-da-da. Him and Pac are cool, they're friends, all the people, whatever. You performing with us, you coming on with us, we all performing together, it's unity, da-da-da-da. Now we not cool no more, right? So I'm not sharing your music anymore. It's not hitting the same here because they already weren't resonating with it the same.
I just think that the niggas, even the niggas Pac's contemporaries, he was still mid in that era. He just had the personality to be
Who was better than him in the LA? Who's better than him in the West Coast?
Give me Snoop. And I don't even like Snoop like that. Give me Snoop over Pac.
Snoop's not better than Pac lyrically. You're out of your mind.
I'm saying that Snoop makes better music to me than Pac.
I disagree with that too.
And
I agree.
Cube. I think Cube makes better music.
Ice Cube, I
nah.
think is a crazy reach. Respectfully.
I think that Ice
you
Cube-
could have said Dr. Dre. I might have.
But I'm not calling Dre a rapper, really.
I think Ice Cube is better than
You
Pac
don't think Dr.
lyrically.
Dre's a rapper?
No.
I think
He didn't write
What
his
is he
shit.
then?
No, he
He's
didn't.
a producer.
He's
He
not
didn't
a
write
rapper.
his shit.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
He's a producer.
I
That's
think
a genuine ask.
I think Ice
Like
Cube.
Khaled in them,
I-
except for he does it.
Ice Cube
Okay,
is.
I can get with that.
You could have said someone else.
No,
Ice
that's why I said it.
Ice Cube. Ice Cube is better
Timberland.
than Pac lyrically, but he doesn't make better music.
He doesn't.
Maybe if you count NWA, possibly, but I don't
But
think so.
Ice Cube better lyrically to me
It's
still
not
sounds
Ice
a
Cube
little.
better.
fucking
Ice
It
Cube
close.
has
still sounds a
bars.
little. It still sounds like a.
Ice Cube's underrated, bro.
I'm not discrediting his bars because I do think he's a good rapper, but I feel like it just feels like a little bit of a reach to me.
Okay.
Like, how many
No
times has
Vaseline and
Ice-
hit him up. Think about those two. Think about No
Hit 'em
Vaseline
up.
and hit him up.
No Vaseline is tough though. It's close. It's close. It's
Dude.
close. It's close.
Lyrically.
Lyrically, yeah.
It's
Not no
not
Vaseline. No
fucking
Vaseline.
close.
No Vaseline.
Like, it's not close. This is not even like Tupac's like Dr. Seuss shit to me. Like, it's not.
Hot take.
It's
But I-
not.
okay.
that was a very- that was a very
I'm not
hot
fucking
take.
with it. Like,
You're heavy on the Tupac wasn't great lyrically. If you think that,
No.
I'll accept that. But I think he excels in all these other areas so much that it doesn't matter.
yeah, and Juice. And in Poetic Justice.
I honestly
he
think
excels.
I honestly
Like-
feel like you're discrediting him also because he became an actor.
He's a really good actor.
But that doesn't.
He is. A Different World was fire when he was in the
He was
episodes.
in one episode.
That was fire,
He was
though.
in a singular
That was
episode
fire,
for
though.
all of like 10 minutes out of the film.
And that was fire. And Juice was fire. That last scene, like, I almost cried.
So you think that you think Tupac was an
you think
okay?
he's a better actor than he was a rapper?
Yes.
Wait, so you think Tupac's
Yeah,
an
you're tweaking.
okay artist, but a great actor?
He would have been Will Smith if he stayed alive. He would have ended up being like a Will Smith
No.
type nigga.
No.
Like, he would have
No.
stopped rapping.
First of
and
all,
would've been a
comparing him
movie
to
star.
Will Smith is disrespectful as fuck.
The way you're talking about
Because they're
Tupac,
not the same
Different
people.
situation.
They're not the same people.
No, as in, like, I think that Tupac, if he stayed alive, would have gotten away from the rapping shit, kept doing movies, and ended up being a movie
I,
star.
with good conscience, think Will Smith could not have hanged any longer in the music industry, and that's my respect.
He was getting jiggy with it and number one at the box office.
I
no.
respectfully
The way
think
you're talking about Tupac, that's how I feel about like Childish Gambino. I think he's a way better actor and creative than he is in a
yeah, in
musician.
Community he bodied.
I don't
Respectfully,
think-
Because let's be honest here,
Childish Donald Glover carried Community.
Are
Let me be clear.
Y'all don't watch Atlanta, right?
I do.
A little bit. Yeah,
It's
we was
amazing.
talking-
Donald Glover.
It's
'cause
amazing.
this is how you
It's
know how to
Donald.
switch over.
Yeah.
Donald Glover carried Atlanta, Community, and I think there's something else he was in. His comedy special low-key
Yeah.
funny to me.
Donald Glover's
Like-
better than Childish Gambino.
I would agree,
Yeah,
but only
Donald Glover
because
bodied Childish Gambino.
but
respectfully.
niggas like him, you can't even like. He's a creative. So when you're talking about creatives,
I will say, yeah.
Tupac's a
just-
creative. You're thinking
Will Smith is a creative then.
you have this ideal of Tupac because he was in the 90s and he was a hood
I
nigga.
don't-
He just he
Like,
he
I feel
plays
like you
different
wanted-
things.
be
I
a
feel like-
fucking thug, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I
Do
feel like
that
you just wanted
shit.
him to be more hood. That's what I'm
Yes.
getting.
I think
But
Tupac,
he's a creative.
I think Tupac is the embodiment of this generation, and all you can be a
No.
hood nigga and still
No.
go to
Because
fucking,
honestly, think about it though.
No.
Think about it though. Tupac was doing shit that like rapper niggas weren't even like fucking with at the time. Like becoming an actor after fresh being off the street was not some shit that regular rappers were just about to go do.
Nah,
look,
nah,
Niggas
nah.
weren't looking to sign movie deals.
and I'll say something else, and I hate to say it. I think Biggie's better, but I think Tupac would excel in different eras. I think the blog era with Tumblr, I think he would have excelled. I think he would have excelled now.
I honestly,
Twitter nigga.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. I
That's
agree.
a hot take, but I agree.
I think if you drop Biggie today, niggas would not give a fuck.
Stop
You would
it.
not give a fuck.
Stop
You
it.
personally would not, because I know
Stop
you don't
it.
be listening to Griselda like that and shit. You would not fuck with Biggie today. I think Tupac today
I was
would be
gonna
wildly
say,
successful.
it's a hot take that I agree with. I think Tupac would have carried longer than Biggie would have.
Here's why you can't make that
Longevity.
argument though, because I
they're
think
dead?
that no, but I think that niggas are when you're talking about niggas that are of that level, not of Pac's level, of Biggie's level. They like I don't
Killing
think
me, Smalls.
Biggie doesn't drop One More Chance in 2022. He creates some other shit that would pop. You know what I mean?
think he would have still been
Like,
saying the same like generic
different
90s
ways, though.
street nigga shit.
No, it would be
and
in
it would
different
have
ways.
been the
I feel like
same shit.
I feel like
Biggie on a
was-
drill beat is crazy.
You feel
Imagine
me?
that.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd actually be hard.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he would kick it with the times and be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about my street shit, but in the way that the niggas right now are talking about street shit.
You think
The
Nick,
drill wave.
I
So
disagree.
he follows waves.
I'm saying he would
He's
do
a
it.
follower.
Not Biggie a follower. Come
No.
on,
I'm just
My
asking.
point is like you grow up in an era, you're gonna do the shit that's valid in that era when you're
But
at
let's
a certain
do Tupac v Childish, right? And not musically.
level. Okay.
You would not have, again, the level of artistry that Tupac was displaying. He was doing poetry slams. He was
Okay.
doing movies. He was
Fire.
doing albums, right? He was doing, he went to like do theater shit, right?
Facts.
You wouldn't have niggas like Childish Gambino feeling comfortable enough to teeter and being all this different shit if niggas like Tupac weren't making it
Cap.
like, well, you can go do that anyway.
Cap, Kanye started that shit.
I think
To these
Kanye
niggas.
started it?
To these niggas.
Wait, Kanye started what?
Kanye was doing poetry. Kanye was making music.
But he wasn't
doing
in no
the-
movies. He wasn't teetering into the Hollywood life.
True.
Yeah,
But-
poetry jam. Personally, I think all rappers should engage in poetry. But
he was delving, and then he delves into fashion. Like he was delving into these
fashion,
different things.
that's different. We're talking like Childish. Childish is a comedian. Donald is a comedian. Donald is an actor. Donald is he writes shit, right?
But
Like,
what I'm saying is that niggas
Tupac
being,
contributed to writing for that episode of A Different World. So we're talking about
that's
niggas-
just dope. That's
right?
dope.
That's great. But we're talking about on the caliber of like niggas actually tapping into other forms of artistry. Because poetry, like I said, I think if you're a really good rapper,
You should do
poetry
poetry.
should come to you anyway, truthfully. Otherwise, are you really fucking a good lyricist? If you can't come up with poetry, I feel like you're already
Matter of fact,
Point.
you
you're
know what?
already in the
You know what? I will concede the fact that maybe in outside of music and the other shit, sure, you could say Tupac paved the way for rappers to do that other shit. Sure.
and artistry.
Outside of the music shit though. Outside of that.
But I'm saying artistry because
Because I think
we can at least agree on that.
That's what
but
I'm saying. Because I think he's a good
because
actor.
he opened that gate where like niggas like Will Smith could be like, I want to be a rapper, and niggas don't act and be like, what the fuck is you acting and you're a rapper for? Like now you can go do other things.
Although I
and
think
he's
that
making
they're-
it acceptable to go do other
To be
things.
fair though, I think that Pac and Will Smith are
they're-
kind of
yeah.
at a similar era when like Fresh Prince is coming out and like Juice is happening. all
But
that,
you
like,
can't compare
that's-
Pac and Will Smith.
yeah, lyrically.
I'm saying as in the
No, I
artistry
get
part.
what you're
yeah,
saying.
the artistry,
Artistry
part.
part.
But
Yeah.
like Tupac was doing it on like, and at that point he was doing Fresh Prince was like just now coming to stage like to TV stations,
Right,
right,
right.
But he wasn't blockbuster Will Smith that we know now. Tupac was like blockbustering shit.
Yeah,
Like
that's
niggas
why-
were like dead in the theaters. Like this nigga's actually an amazing actor.
That's why I'm saying
He's writing
He probably
pieces
would have
for
stuck
TV.
with that. That's why I'm saying he probably would have stuck with
I
that.
think he would have kept doing both.
No.
I don't think he's still rapping.
I think if they both were still around today, I think Biggie would have been like that Jay-Z type where he's still rapping here, and then he has ventures. He'd be a businessman.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think Tupac
Biggie would've
would be.
discovered hella
I
niggas.
think
He'd
Tupac.
be an artist.
I think Tupac would be more famous for his movies and films.
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
the famous part, I think he'd be more so like how we look at Kanye now, and he's like multifaceted. I think
he'd chill on the music.
I think
Yeah,
Tupac,
no.
but then it's like the same thing. Like it took us a minute to get a fucking Kanye album, and well, a good Kanye album, but
Kanye drops every year.
Kanye
a
drops
good
every year.
Kanye
Good.
album.
Nobody
good
would want
go.
nobody would want to hear Tupac in 2022.
No,
I
with
disagree.
that.
Sorry.
I disagree.
I
I think you would
disagree.
get. I think you would get Tupac that's releasing some shit for his fans. Because respectfully, some of Kanye shit I think is just for niggas who are asking him to make albums.
For sure.
And then I think you would get some gems, right? Some Dondas, some shit that people are like, having debates about. But I think he would overall still be in a similar Kanye fashion, a multifaceted nigga. He'd be somebody
Tupac-
that's doing multiple things, who's releasing music for his fans, yeah. Because I think at this point, some of Kanye's shit up until Donda was literally just for the niggas that were asking him for the albums.
Tupac can't fuck with Kanye musically though. So like that's not even like musically, that's not close.
That's not
I-
a comparison.
so you
I
can't
feel like the comparison is difficult when you're bringing someone from a 90s to a 2000s era.
The nigga Kanye has like 5 classics and like straight. Like,
If we're
5
talking just
straight.
discography, no one's. There's only a couple niggas that fuck with Kanye.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You can't
facts.
even. So Pac to
But
even
Pac
say,
died early though.
Nigga has like 8 albums though.
He does not have 8 albums.
Like
But Pac has like 3
A good
classic
amount.
albums.
he does not have
Pac has
8
3
albums.
classic albums.
I promise you.
3 All Eyes on Me.
Let me
I'll
see if
give
I'm.
you
Let me see if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
that one.
I swear he don't got no.
He got a good amount. I don't know if it's 8, but like
2 or 3. I say 2 or 3.
He has 2 albums.
he has more than 2 albums.
He has All Eyes on Me and Me Against the World.
Then he has that shit where he was still part of Digital Underground.
Yeah, Digital Underground
But
though.
Digital Underground,
that
there
counts.
are other niggas on that shit.
But that counts. That's
That's
still
like
pop
the
music.
equivalent.
I said 2 classic albums.
Well,
2
let me
classic-
not,
2 classic albums.
because I haven't heard
I
Digital
just-
Underground enough. But
I don't
I'm pretty
think-
sure it was a bunch of other niggas on there.
I don't
like,
know.
Humpty Hump.
like DreamWorks.
Do not-
I think niggas give so much credit to Pac just because again R.I.P. like sad situation and the way he died, but like I think that's why niggas are like. Oh
I don't
my
think
God,
that's fair to
Pac.
say though, because niggas give Biggie similar credit and like respect.
But he was actually good.
But to you.
Also,
but
Biggie has like 2 albums out.
they both
and
have
They're
2
all
albums.
they're both classics, and
Every
they're both
single
2
Biggie
of the.
song is fire though. That's the
Nah, I
difference.
feel- I
To
feel- I feel.
No, like
You don't resonate
actually,
with Pac.
though.
I get it. I understand.
Like
to you.
no,
it's
like
just it's just kind of wild that you say he's trash, but
I'm
I
just
understand.
saying. I'm just saying. I don't think Pac. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't hit. Like
To
he's
you.
saying shit, and it's like
though. Yeah, I feel.
it's like I'm reading Dr. Seuss if Dr. Seuss
Dr.
grew up
Seuss
in
is
Compton.
wild.
That's a crazy
Dr. Seuss is
analogy.
very
I'm saying
wild.
if Dr.
And
Seuss grew up
wildly
in
disrespectful.
if Dr. Seuss
Nick
grew up in
Wilkerson
Compton,
comparing
it'd be
It is-
Tupac.
Tupac
is
to Dr. Seuss
crazy.
is crazy.
Tupac, I'm dead ass. Tupac is Dr. Seuss if he grew up in
For you.
Compton. That's like
I think comparing Tupac Dr. Seuss is like comparing Biggie to Joyner Lucas.
no, don't do that. No.
It's wildly
It's
That's
2
not
niggas who just rap and do nothing else.
That's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do. No.
Literally.
We're not about to do. Jordan Lucas is fucking garbage.
I think
Dr.
Joyner
Seuss-
Lucas is a corny nigga, but
Dr. Seuss has classic books. When I say Tupac
Biggie is Joyner Lucas if he got bitches and signed a Diddy
when I,
and sold drugs.
No, when I say Tupac is Dr. Seuss though, you're taking it as a slight, and it is kind of a slight.
It is.
But,
You're
It's
crazy.
very much
but
a slight.
what I mean is that why do people love Dr. Seuss books? Because they're very simple, easy to read, easy to
I
understand.
don't think Tupac should.
and they tell a story. Why do people like Tupac? Simple shit that's easily graspable.
I have a.
That's not. So
actually,
you see what I'm
never
saying? Like I'm not.
Biggie
like,
shit's easy to grasp.
Nah,
I was
bro.
gonna say I've never
Nah,
listened
bro.
to a Biggie song and be like, this is just
Drugs,
different.
women, he wants to die. We get it.
Like I've never listened to.
Nah,
I
don't
used to
do
be
that.
fat, now the fish fuck.
Don't do that.
It's pretty simple,
Don't do
nigga.
that.
It's
Don't do
pretty
that.
simple. It's not
Don't do
no
that.
simple
He's
butterfly,
not
nigga.
on a crazy meta. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nah, Biggie
Kendrick,
was on
you saying that
another-
separate? I get. Kanye, you saying that separate? I get.
Nah,
'Cause those
Biggie was on
niggas,
another
they're in a
level, too.
lane of their own, right? But like, we're not gonna pretend like Biggie was like this metaphorical genius
The nigga
that
Biggie
had me
said-
opening my eyes to all the
Biggie said
troubles
you
of
could call your
hustlers.
crew. I'm gonna call my crew. We could rendezvous. Niggas wasn't saying
No, that's hard.
rendezvous.
That's hard. That's hard.
Who was saying rendezvous?
Or who was saying
So the nigga gets an encyclopedia and now he's just metaphorical.
But then niggas said we could rendezvous. The niggas from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, selling crack and talking about rendezvousing with people.
First of
Like,
all,
you know what I'm
some of
saying?
the niggas in the hood do be having some phenomenal
Shout out
vernaculars.
Johan.
Some phenomenal vernacular. So we're not
Yeah.
gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Biggie gets credit because again, the shit he was saying was
He wasn't. Anyway,
What's the last time you listened to Pac?
never at this
It's
point.
been a hot minute.
Just do it. Like honestly, bro. Just like do us a favor. Just try again.
I'll tell you the Pac songs
because you know
that
what?
I have
I didn't
saved.
fuck with certain niggas. Like I didn't fuck with
Try
MF
again.
Doom for a while.
Doom alright.
And then
Shit
it,
wild.
it's a growing me. But let's all right. So we'll disagree on Tupac. Before we wrap up, I want to know. We talked about the state of music today for a long time now. Who, for someone who's never, let's say there's someone who lives on the rock, never listened to hip hop.
Mhm.
If you want to talk about artists today, who would you like? Who's your go-to artist?
What do you mean
For
today?
hip
like,
hop,
Like, from what year
like
on?
if you have someone who's never listened to rap music or hip hop and you want to introduce them to artists today, who would you pick? Like who's your
for
favorite
hip-hop?
newer artist?
What-
Newer
Hip hop,
artist.
alt hip hop.
Yeah, I was gonna say hip hop, all
What?
hip hop.
But can I get a
Rap.
year? Can I get a year? Like from what year on?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm talking about today.
But what's new?
Artists today.
That's tough.
Hip hop or all hip hop?
That's tough.
Like who are some of your favorite newer artists in like today's generation?
I would say if you're gonna listen to alt hip, if you're gonna listen to hip hop in general, I say you open the door with like Uzi. I say Uzi
Yeah,
Cause-
Uzi's dope.
because I think that as somebody, if you don't listen to the genre and you fuck with something else, I think Uzi's the easiest to grasp.
I don't know. It took me a minute to get into Uzi. I'm not gonna cap. I hated him for a grip.
But I think if someone likes another genre and is coming to hip hop, I think that they fuck with Uzi.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to someone that likes other genres, I might go Tyler the Creator route. I'll be honest with you
because it's rap and it's melodic.
Yeah. What about you, Bon? What do you think?
I was gonna say Tyler. Tyler is there with it, but I feel because like I said, it's the melodic, but he's actually rapping in the shit, and so it's easy to branch off and go into whatever now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't really. I get why people like Tyler, but I don't like Tyler. That's one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler's a tough
dope.
one because I think Tyler's a hit or miss, respectfully.
I get it though. I get why people like him.
I get it, but
Tyler's
I
dope.
think he's a hit or miss person to introduce somebody to.
Word?
Because I think you're either gonna like him or you're not. Like I don't think there's I don't think you're gonna like. Tyler doesn't strike me as somebody that I'm gonna sit around and listen to for a long period of
salad
time.
though, it'd be potato salad. If it's a song, it's potato salad.
I was gonna say now if you could pick a particular song,
That
I think you
song
could
is
finesse
fire.
Tyler. But I feel like if you just was like, oh, go listen to some Tyler Creator, and somebody went to like just go click something, you didn't give him a specific song, I think you're running a big risk that they're not gonna like him.
I
Even
got
Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Kanye's
You said
an
new
easy
though. You
answer.
said new.
I don't know if that I don't know if that makes sense. but-
Today's generation. I got a kind of weird one.
Okay.
If you want someone whose lyrics aren't that complicated, easily digestible, good beats, kind of hits every box, A$AP Rocky. I think A$AP Rocky's music. I think A$AP Rocky's one of the most underrated artists of like this generation.
A$AP's
You think
not
all the
good.
ASAPs are alt, or you think they're?
All of them, no.
Ferg's a rapper.
A$AP Nas is not alt.
Ferg's
A$AP
a
Rocky, some of his music. maybe.
I feel about Ferg, but
Ferg's a rapper, but also
Ferg is a rapper.
Rocky's not good. Rocky's
Nah,
not
you're
good.
crazy.
Rocky has gotten bodied on every song. That
Do you
he
like
ever has features
Cam?
on. Cameron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is Rocky not good?
Because Cameron came first.
Cameron can't rap though.
I'm not.
Cameron's gotten watched on
Don't
every
do
Dipset
that.
record
This
of all
might-
time.
Do that.
This
Of all
might be
time.
like a.
That's not the same as, okay, we're a crew, we're making songs. And
So who's Rocky got watched on by? Ferg? Never.
fucking problems? He died.
But- First of all,
He was murdered.
that's Kendrick Lamar, bro, and Drake.
Yeah.
Murdered. Then don't call them niggas. Call Big Sean.
And I'm not gonna lie,
Son.
multiple times Kendrick has got on and destroyed niggas
That's
on their
what's
own track.
call
I
niggas
think
that
They
Kendrick-
should,
I
they
think
should stop
Kendrick-
asking him for features,
I think-
respectfully.
I think Kendrick got destroyed on that song.
got destroyed on what song?
Drake had the best verse on fucking.
No, he
Problems.
did not.
Yes,
Drop
he
down
did.
and get your eagle
he
on.
Did. Drake.
My
Drake
pep
had the
talk
best
turns
verse.
into a pep rally.
Sexy from the hood. They should live in Southern.
No.
Cool. It's cool.
God, what?
I digress. Mine would be Gunna.
Man.
I love Gunna.
Wait.
Sober.
Because
Nah, it's
no,
fucked up.
because
It's
I'm
fucked up.
imagining.
Gunna's fire.
I'm imagining that it's the same thing for Tyler the Creator. I'm gonna give them specific Gunna selections that I know are radio hits that you can't hate him for. That's gonna ease you. It's like how we do it, like how you stack music, right? Like you want to get them comfortable, and then you play some new shit, and you be like, "You trust me enough,
Gunna
right?"
kinda don't mix.
I would get them some regular, like Drip or Drown, like some regular Gunna shit that I'm like, you're not gonna hate. And
I'll
then
tell you
hopefully
why.
You'll teeter.
I'll tell you why I
Push and
disagree
P.
with you. Let's exclude this last project he just dropped. You take
Why?
10. I'm gonna make a point.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll take. Besides that, I'll take 5 of Gunna's biggest hits. It's the same. It's the same song. It's the
Yeah,
same shit.
but you're saying
So?
to
It's the
intro-
same song. And look, I'll give you 15 more Gunna songs. It's still the
But
same
you
song.
said,
And they're all
you said
fire.
to introduce him to hip hop, right?
Though. Same thing though. But I think there's other artists who do something different
But
and
you
they bring
said
something
to
different.
introduce him to hip hop. I'm hoping that with Gunna, you're gonna go listen to other niggas anyway.
Nah. I think by the 5th song you'll be like, all right, what else?
But I feel like for Tyler,
Nah, but you like.
not that
that's
Tyler
fire,
Creator's
though.
songs are the same, but I think unless you're giving me a specific Tyler the Creator song, you are running a
Oh,
huge
so-
risk. I'm not going to listen
So
to it.
forget Tyler then. Definitely not Gunna.
What about Cole?
Nah, because
Cole
Cole,
got too much whack shit.
I think,
Niggas might shuffle and stumble on some like.
Well,
Quote unquote.
specific songs though, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, but whoever it is,
Okay.
to be clear, no matter what artist you pick, I think you have to give
Yeah.
them specific
Nah,
songs.
if it's Drake,
I
you
just
can
wanna
play
be clear
whatever
on that.
Drake. You can play Eddie Drake. at this
Yeah,
point.
but like I wouldn't want to introduce them to
I
Drake.
think if it's Gunna, just
Like
play
Forest Hill
If it's
Drive?
Gunna, bro, just play a beat.
Ooh,
Come on.
That's that.
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
You're right.
If it's
You're
Gunna,
right.
depends.
if it's Gunna, just play a beat.
Again,
It's the same shit.
I'm
He a whack
imagining
man.
that you're like
Forest
introducing them
Hill
to hip
Drive,
hop
though.
to listen to other things. I think Gunna is a good introductory song because if you're listening to other shit like pop and you're listening to fucking indie, you're gonna fuck with the beat.
So if a
So you're
nigga,
gonna be listening to him.
so if you listen to Taylor Swift and I put on some Gunna, you're gonna jump to that.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of friends that listen to Taylor Swift and they fuck with Drip or Drown and the light shit.
Everybody
so that's
fucks with
it's,
Drip or
a, it's,
Drown,
a, it's an introductory. I'm not saying I'm gonna let you just listen to straight Gunna and be like, yeah, that's hip hop. But I'm gonna give you some Gunna songs because I know they're gonna be radio jams, regular pop shit.
I understand.
You're gonna fuck with it, and then I'm gonna be like, here's some other hip hop songs.
If it's gonna
I
be
understand
Gunna
where
though,
you- I understand. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if you're gonna say Gunna, you might as well say Lil Baby though, because he does that and does it at a higher
I think
level.
it's a progression.
I think they're both repetitive as fuck. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's why I agree with what you're trying to say.
I'm
but
saying
I'd
just
go the
to warm
more.
them up.
What's wrong with repetitive if it's fire though?
I don't think it's all fire.
I mean,
Niggas
I'm not.
only miss,
look,
though.
I'm not.
Besides his last album, I'm good off Gunna.
I'm not
And Lil Baby.
disagreeing. I'm not again, and I think you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm introducing you to Gunna as an artist lyrically. You're saying to introduce somebody to hip hop. I would do a Gunna or a Lil Baby just to get you in the door, and then you can go listen to other shit.
What's
I'd
next
go-
though after that?
I go Uzi then.
I don't know what's after that. I don't.
What
think
about
Uzi.
Travis Scott?
It depends what you're gonna put.
Not Astro World. What if
I'm not
I
trying to
feel
get
like
canceled.
old Travis Scott. Old Travis Scott.
Birds and Rodeo?
That's what I'm saying. Old
For sure,
Travis
for sure.
Scott.
For sure.
But you said right now.
Yeah.
That song's not
Astro
right
World
now.
I was just talking about artists in general.
Oh, when you said right now, I'm like, that's not right now though. I'm thinking right now, you
Also-
got Lil Baby, Gunna, and those niggas dropping. You can listen to one of their songs.
I'm
and
not
you might
talking
like
about
it.
songs dropped this year. I'm talking about
The
current
this era.
artists. Current
Travis
artists.
not
Oh,
really.
well then at that point, yeah, you might as well just pick somebody people already like
Travis?
Drake,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Travis
You
Cole
might as well
and
just
play
do-
shit like
Yeah, you might as well just do a
Yeah,
Drake or Cole.
I think Cole's a good one.
Cole's
Yeah, I'm
good,
like,
but
if it's just who's still here,
I
you
also-
Drake and Cole, and you'd be good.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Cole's
I think Drake and Cole.
Cole's got to
probably.
step it up. with the
Drake,
albums.
Cole, then you could maybe
Yeah, I
sprinkle
agree.
in certain Kendrick songs, you'd be alright.
I need
And then
Kanye.
Kanye for sure.
Yeah, Kanye.
Big
Yeah.
Sean.
If it's just
Big Sean, get out of
Stop
here.
it.
That's more outrageous than Kyle.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Nah. Big Sean's ass, but we're not about to put Big Sean and Kyle in the same combo. Like, nah, don't do that. Big Sean where like
Hot
Wale
take.
at. I'm like, you feel me? Meek Mill. Like,
Wale, a difficult category for me. 'Cause
Like,
I'm not a
Wale is over
Wale
Big Sean.
stan.
no.
I'm not a Wale stan.
Wale's over Big Sean.
They're the same. Wale, Big Sean, Meek Mill. They're like the worst, best niggas.
Wale is definitely above.
I like that.
Kyle's trash.
Well, it depends what album. Wale's whatever the album with Lotus Flower Bomb.
That's what puts him where Big
that
Sean
yeah.
at.
I'm not gonna lie. That album carries Wale almost single handedly.
Oh yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah, with Bad and
Yeah, that
Matrimony
album literally
and-
like that album carries most of
Yeah.
the reason why we even like give a fuck.
I mean, no one cares about Wale anymore, but there was a
Shout
time.
out to Wale, bro.
Wale's all hip hop.
Hey Wale,
Wale's
Yeah,
all hip hop.
for sure, for
There
sure.
you go.
We're
There
come on
you go.
Supervillain show.
Wale.
Facts.
defend yourself.
Facts. What's
Nah.
up?
And
Wale,
Lupe
Wale can't come on the
Fiasco.
Supervillain show?
Yeah, Lupe
Nah,
Fiasco.
and
we
Lupe
both-
Fiasco.
Who the fuck?
Fiasco. Don't y'all have the same barber?
Used to. Shout out Ray. But no, Lupe Fiasco is.
Speaking of barbers, sorry, go ahead.
Shut up.
Nah, niggas don't give a fuck about Lupe
Shout out to
Fiasco.
Ali.
Okay, thank you.
We got the same barber. I'm
Yes.
trying to put
That's
Nick
Michael
on,
Strahan.
man.
Nah. I can't.
Straight,
I don't.
yeah,
I don't
straight.
cheat. I don't cheat
No,
on
no.
barbers.
That's
You don't
day.
cheat at all.
He gonna be
Of course
down.
not.
His
Right.
barber
Like
gonna
him,
move
yeah.
because his barber's always in another country. One day, Nick's barber
Yeah,
just not
no.
gonna come back.
My barber
and
be
he gonna have to use our
Africa.
barber.
Nah, last time I tried to go, he was in the Maldives. Before that,
I
he was in
promise you,
Africa.
one day Nick's barber is gonna take them trips and not come back, and then he's gonna have to use our barber. I'm
No,
telling
for
you,
real.
he's not gonna come back.
Huh?
He and T-Neck?
Yeah.
Oh.
I promise you, he's not gonna come back.
He's valid when he's here, though. Like,
My
When
barber
he's
is Florence
here.
Hackensack, bro. If you ever need it.
damn, nah, I can't.
I'm
yo.
telling you,
I understand.
he gonna take one of them long extended trips. He gonna be like, we
I had
went to
a-
Germany for 6 years,
I had
and
a,
you gonna end up using the barber.
I had a close friend in quarantine. She does hair. She was learning how to cut hair. She was like, "Let me give you a cut." I'm like, no, no, I'm not doing. Okay,
She wasn't trying to give you a cut, kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a stat. That's like the let me
Okay,
twist your hair.
Okay.
Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah,
nah.
I'm not gonna lie. The
And
let me
during
twist your hair is a
During
immediate-
quarantine,
Okay,
I know.
okay,
Where was she
okay.
cutting?
Everyone
Where was she cutting
braids?
at? I remember
Yeah,
she was cutting
if
at
she
her crib,
offers to
right?
braid your hair or twist it, I promise you it's a lead.
She was cutting at her crib,
It's a
right?
lead in. She don't even know how to braid, King.
She
Don't,
know what
don't
she's
listen.
doing. She know what she's doing.
She was cutting at her crib.
She
You know
has
that.
no braid twist
You
out
knew what
skills.
she was
I
doing
plead
too.
the fifth on that
You
one.
knew
I
what
plead
she
the
was
fifth.
doing. Let's
All right,
not do
And
that.
most likely she has a perm, so she don't even know how to
Nah,
twist
it's
for real.
All right, let's get.
Facts.
All right. Okay.
I promise you.
All right. We're getting out of here now.
Oh, now you want to rap.
Right. Now it's rap time.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
now
appreciate,
something to rap.
I appreciate everybody for
You
tuning.
need- You should be rapping something. You're going over there.
His twist. He should have had fresh twist afterwards.
All right. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this episode of the Supervillain Show.
Uh-huh.
Catch this episode, past episodes at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, full visuals on YouTube. Injustice 888 on YouTube. Follow us on IG, the Supervillain Show _ on Instagram. Y'all want to plug all your shit that's going on?
podcast platforms?
Yeah, bro.
I didn't get a contract. I'm not gonna hold you.
Disclosure
Besides
agreement.
Nick, do y'all want to plug your shit?
Got it. Go come twist your hair. Don't worry.
crazy.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That's crazy.
Don't worry.
Yo.
Win week.
Start with Rissa.
I don't have anything to plug. Don't follow me.
Tune in to Sweet and Sour.
Plug your Instagram.
Don't follow me, please.
That's crazy. All right, so Marissa has nothing to plug.
At beautiful. Nah, I wasn't gonna violate.
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna-
crazy.
I was gonna violate.
Go to her barber. That's her plug.
Yeah,
Facts,
Go to her
yeah.
barber.
Make sure you
Ali.
go to our barber.
Yes, sir.
That's key.
Key.
Uh,
Shout out Key.
morning commute. Monday 7 to 9 a.m. Brave New Radio.
Award-winning.
GoBrave.org. And at Vont Leak everywhere else.
Oh, I lied. Listen to the morning news at Brave New Radio.
Nah. Listen to
88.7 FM.
listen to Last Weekend Tonight.
Yeah, Joe Hanya Moser 2 minutes ago.
Hopefully.
If it's
Projectively on Monday nights.
To be announced.
That's all you got to plug though. You don't got your
Oh,
different show?
I got a show, right?
Yeah.
I got a show. What's good? Very late with Vont Leak episodes. At times. Just
We
search up
produce
Very Late
sometimes.
with Vont
Quarterly.
Leak on YouTube, bro.
Yes, sir.
follow me on IG at I am Yungwolf. Follow the promotion team at It's Team Pregame. ITS Team Pregame. Spell it. The pregame, my show with Hover, Fridays 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Or you can listen to it on gobrave.org/the pregame.
Yes, sir.
About all types of
Am I
stuff.
hopping on the pregame today?
You are.
Okay, go
You
word.
are.
Word.
We're talking about
More
what
to
are we
come.
talking about? First places to go on first dates.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I haven't been on the pregame, so I'm excited for that.
I too have not been on the pregame.
Yeah.
You will be. We'll talk.
In due time.
Sure.
We'll talk offline.
Yeah.
For sure.
I plug Instagram, but yeah, Supervillain Show _ on Instagram. Follow me _ Injustice. Sub to the channel. Sub to Juicebox TV on YouTube. We got some dope content coming soon. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. See y'all next time.
Do you have a way that you end these special?
Yeah.
I was gonna do it, but you
Yeah.
just kind of interrupted me. I was literally like, I did it, and then like the last word, you just like interrupted
Sorry.
me.
You said peace, and I was like,
Why you doing like that, bro?
I was literally
Run
like,
it back.
when I point to the camera, that means like I usually fade to black there.
Ma, you're gonna have to twist his hair now to repay him.
Let me twist your beard.
You know what?
When we
Go ahead,
Jinkies.
King.
I'll see y'all next time, yo. Peace.